Are you a dentist? Or do you own a dental clinic? And do you want to create a website for your dentistry business but think it's too expensive? Well, you have come to the right place. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create a professional dental clinic website very easily and at almost no cost. We'll do this step by step using a free software called WordPress and a free page builder called Elementor. You won't need any coding or design skills. Imagine having your dental clinic's website live within just 2 to 3 hours. By following this tutorial, you will not only create a stunning website but also save a significant amount of money by doing it yourself. In this tutorial, you will learn the best methods to create a visually appealing website that will attract and impress your patients. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to design your own website, upload content, and keep it up to date without hiring any professionals. Let's take a quick sneak peek at what we will create together step by step. You'll learn how to create a logo by using a free online tool, how to make this awesome homepage with beautiful banner, about area, why choose us area, services section, team members area, testimonial sections, recent blogs within homepage, and a nicely crafted footer area. I'll show you how to create an amazing about page like this. All these sections, patient, testimonial area, it has a dedicated doctor's listing page, a pricing guideline page so patient would get an idea up front. Patients can book a schedule through appointment page. You can list all your services like whitening boost, cavity prevention in the services page. And by clicking on them, it will take you to that specific services detail page. Here people also can see frequently asked questions related to that specific service. Then how to create a fully functional contact form inside of your contact page. You can embed Google Maps within the page. Also, you can add multiple places if you have multiple branches. Finally, I will show you how to write a perfect blog post with categories, featured images, and blog details within Elementor. Also, how to create the blog archive page. I'll even provide you with all the necessary images and templates so we can follow along with this video step by step. Most interestingly, we'll learn how to create any website 100% responsive for mobile and tablet devices, so there won't be any technical boundaries. Can you believe we will be doing all of this just by using all free resources? This tutorial is perfect for complete beginners. So if you have never built a website before, you are in the right place. Now, let me introduce you to myself first. My name is Taimur Nishat. I'm a professional web developer. Even in the past, I have completed so many freelance WordPress projects for my clients. So basically, you're learning all the best methods and techniques from a real professional web developer. I'm really excited about this, and if you are excited too, please give this video a big thumbs up. That's the only thing I ask from you. Other than that, this video is completely free. Just have a look. If you like this video, you can find it easily later on your liked videos on YouTube. Alright, let's now dive in. We'll be creating our beautiful website in easy 4 steps. First, I'll show you how to get your own domain name and web hosting. I'll even provide you with a 78% discount link. Next, we will install WordPress. Then, we will install a free theme and the free page builder called Elementor. Finally, we will start creating our amazing website step by step. I'll also add a timestamp in the description so you can jump to any part you need at any time. Let's now start with the step number 1, which is to get your domain name and web hosting. So first of all, what is a domain name? Domain name is basically your website address, like Facebook has facebook.com, Amazon has amazon.com, we have jimfahaddigital.com. Similarly, for your website, you need an address that will be your website name.com. And what is web hosting? Web hosting is the storage space for your website. All the images, text you will have in your website, all will be stored on your own web hosting. As you are owning your own web hosting, so there wouldn't be any limitation. You can run ads, you can upload text or images, you can upload any themes or plugins you want. You are in charge of your own website. Now, how to get your own web hosting with a free domain name? So first, just click on the very first link in the description below this video, or you can just go to jimfahaddigital.com best host. And this will take you to a special discount Hostinger page. So why Hostinger? In my opinion, Hostinger is the most affordable and also the fastest web hosting provider available. Just have a look into their Trustpilot reviews. People are super happy with their hosting speed, affordable pricing, and customer support. Now from here, you can change your language. If you speak Spanish, Portuguese, or Hindi, you can select any language from here. One thing I also want to say is that this page changes quite often. In fact, they probably change it once a month. So if the banner or interface looks different, don't worry, don't panic. This happens quite often. It's the same website. Let's scroll down a bit. You'll find all different plans. By the way, here we can see 3 plans, but sometimes you may see 4 plans here. But just don't panic because you can create your website with any of these plans. But as you are starting out, I recommend taking this premium or business plan. With both of these plans, you can create up to 100 websites. For example, today you're creating a portfolio website, tomorrow you want to create a business website, and next week you want to create an e-commerce website, so you don't need to purchase hosting each time. So here, with this premium plan, you'll get 100 GB of SSD storage. With the business plan, you get 200 GB of NVMe storage, and with any of these plans, you'll get all the features like unlimited free SSL, so all of your website would be encrypted and super secure. Unlimited bandwidth, so there wouldn't be any limit how many website visitors you will have. Free email, you can create hundreds of professional email addresses like info@yourwebsite.com or admin@yourwebsite.com like this. Then free domain. Yes, like I said, you'll get a domain name for free. You'll also get tons of WordPress features like free one-click WordPress installation, free website migration, so if you want to move your existing website from another hosting provider to Hostinger, they will transfer it on behalf of you. How cool is that? Now let's talk about the security. Personally, I'm very serious about website security, and Hostinger just nailed it with all of these features like Cloudflare protected name servers, malware scanners, and all of these. I've had very bad experiences with other web hosting providers. We have got so many malware attacks and we had to pay the hosting providers additionally to use their other security tools. But here in the Hostinger, you're getting all of these security tools for free. Now let's select a plan. Like I said, you can take any of this plan based on your needs. For now, I'm taking the premium plan. You can upgrade it later anytime, so click on Add to Cart. Alright, right here, you're going to see different options. Now this is referring how long do you want to host with Hostinger. So we have 1 month, 12 months, 14 months, and then we also have 48 months. First of all, I don't recommend going with the 1 month because it's almost $12 a month, which is super expensive and wouldn't want that. My recommendation would be go with 48 months. So for the 4 years, you just need to pay $2.99 per month. That will save you $432. And then after those 4 years, you start to pay $7.99 per month, which is still super affordable for a web hosting plan that can hold up to 100 websites. But if you just want to start with 2 years or 1 year, you can click over here. And then in your first year, you just have to pay $3.19 per month, and you're still going to create up to 100 websites. And after that, first year you start to pay $9.99 per month. So the longer the first period, the more discount you will get when you renew your plan. So if you have the budget and you want to get the most discount possible, you can go for the 48 months. And after those 48 months, you start pay around $7.99 per month instead of $9.99 per month. But wait, there is more. If you scroll down here you'll see have a coupon code. And if you fill with my special coupon code JFD10 and then click on the apply, you'll now get a total of 76% discount. Can you believe we are getting a super fast web hosting with the free domain name for the full year only for $34. What an amazing deal, right? So I scroll up again. Here you see pricing is only $2.87 a month for the first 12 months, $2.78 a month per the first 24 months, and $2.69 a month for first 48 months. Now let's scroll down. Put your email here. Make sure you use your best email address because they will create hosting account with this email address. And then let's put a very strong password here. Now you see you can pay with your credit card, PayPal or Google Play, or you can even pay using your cryptocurrency. Also, you may see more different local payment options based on your country. So let's just skip this part and scroll down here. And in here, I'm just putting my card informations. Then let's just click on Submit Secure Payment. So from here, you can skip this part. From here, make sure you select WordPress from here. Now, let's click on the Select WordPress button. So here it says create login details for WordPress account. So in order to create an WordPress account, we need to put our email address and password. So my email address is already here, so I'm using this one. And let's put a strong password. I pasted my password, then let's click on the next. And now it says, what will your website look like? So right now we don't want any theme, so we'll just click on the skip. Here it says, do you want pre-selected plugins for your website? No, I don't want it. So let's click on here. No, I want to select plugins manually, and let's then click on the next. Also, we can just skip this. So in here, it's asking what's your website name. So basically it's referring to choose your domain name. So let's select a name for our site. Let's type JFD Toots. Once I typed in, you can see on the bottom, it's suggesting the domain with the extension like jfdtoots.in, jfdtoots.me, and jfdtoots.com and more. From here, you can choose any extension you like, but I recommend you to choose the .com because it sounds more professional and legit. So I'm gonna choose the .com and I'm just gonna click next. Here it says where is your target audience. You can just keep this default, which in my case they have selected a data center in the United States, the closest one they have to my country, but in your case it can be a different one. So you can just keep it default or change it from here, or you can just change it later on. So I'm just keeping it as it is and I'm just clicking on the next button. Now it's installing WordPress. We are almost there. Let's just wait a bit. And right now, we're at the control panel of the hostinger. And from here, if we go into the home tab, you'll see in the account actions, it's saying we have sent a verification email to your Gmail account. So let's check our email. You'll find an email address in your inbox that's called verify your email address. Now from here, we'll just simply click on this verify email. Now it will take you back to the hostinger cPanel with the email address confirmed. Now from here, I want to get my WordPress. So from the premium web hosting here on this manage button, I'm just gonna click this. Now it will take us to the hostinger dashboard. Now from here, it says WordPress overview. Let's click that. And then under here, it says admin panel. Let's just click on here. And it will directly take us to the WordPress dashboard. So finally, we are at our WordPress admin panel, also known as the dashboard. I'll guide you through everything here, like from posts to media, pages, comment, appearance, plugin, and more. But before we start, let's clean up our dashboard a bit. I prefer working in a clean workspace rather than a cluttered space. First, let's close this welcome pop-up by clicking this dismiss button. And now here you can close all these one by one like this. Or if you want, you can click on this screen options and you can just deselect or uncheck everything one by one like this. And let's click here to close it. Now it's looking much clean and fresh, but there is more to clean up. Like if you click on this plugins option from here, Here we can see a list of plugins that came by default after installing the WordPress. And of course, we're going to use some plugins for our website, but not these specific ones. So we can just select this plugin like this, and let's click on this bulk action, and I'm going to select this deactive. Then I'm going to click on this apply button. And now all the plugins are deactivated. Now I'm going to select all the plugins again by clicking here. Then I'm going to go to bulk action again, and this time I'm going to select this delete and then click on apply. And this pop-up is asking, are you sure? Of course we are sure, so I'm going to click OK. And all the unnecessary plugins has been successfully deleted. Great. Now next, I want to show you how you can change your WordPress password and other basic user informations. So I'm gonna hover over this users option, and on the right side, other options came up. From here, I'm gonna click on this profile. And here you can see we're having this admin color scheme. With this, you can change your admin color to light, modern, midnight, or anything. But this doesn't matter that much because only you can see this color on your dashboard. So for now, I'm just gonna keep it default. And now if we scroll down a little bit, you can see we're having this language option. You can choose any language from here. You can choose your native language or any preferred language you want. For now, I'm gonna just keep it site default. And I'm gonna go ahead, and here we can see we have this first name and the last name. You can put your first name or last name. I'm gonna just type Timur as a first name and Nishat as a last name. And also here you have this nickname. In here you can just put your nickname. And then we have this display name publicly as. This one is a bit important. So in here, if we click here, we can see we have a couple of variations here. I'm gonna choose this variation, which is my full name. And I'm gonna show you a basic example of this. So in this picture, we can see this whole thing is a post. And this name here, this is basically the post's author. In this case, this is Jim Fahad. So he chose this name as the display name. Like in our case, we selected this variation. So our name will be exactly shown here like this. So that's why I recommend you to choose your best one, because this will appear publicly. Alright, now next, from here we can change our contact info like email address. Also we have this website address. For now, I'm not gonna mess with these options. Let's move ahead. And in here you can actually change your profile picture for your dashboard. If you want to change it, you can click on this text and you will be able to easily change it. Now we have this password option. If you click on this set new password button, WordPress will suggest you a very strong password, but of course you can change it to your password. Like here, I'm gonna type my password. So although it says medium, but I'm okay with this password, so I'm just gonna move ahead and I'm gonna click on this update profile button. All the changes we have made here will be saved or updated. Alright, now at this point, I'm gonna make you familiar with two basic terms. One is dashboard or backend of your website, and the other one is front end of your website. Here in this dashboard, everything you see, every option, every contents, everything is your backend website. And if you want to see your front-end website, you can hover over your site title on the top here, and you can click on this visit site. I'm gonna open it on a new tab, and let's go to the tab. And here guys, this is front-end of your website, where the whole world can see this portion of your website. Right now it's looking like this, but we can make our front-end website anything we want. Alright, and also if you notice this black bar on the top, only we can see this bar as we are logged in as the admin of this website. Otherwise any visitor won't be able to see that, so we are good. And now I'm going to show you how you can change some simple settings in your dashboard. So let's go back to the dashboard in the first tab, and from the left side hover over this settings option, and from here let's click on this general option. From here you can actually change your site title, which is this. For example, I'm just gonna type here Timur's website, and our site title in our dashboard hasn't changed. Now we have the tagline option here. In the tagline, you can put some meaningful stuff like best medical website in California. This tagline can actually help you on the search engines. And here you can change your site icon. We're going to be talking about this later. Then here we have this time zone option. You can choose your preferred time zone from here. Also, you can set the date format or time format, everything from here. So that's it for the settings, and I'm just gonna save the changes. Now under the settings, I'm gonna show you a very important settings, which is this permalink settings. So let's click on this permalinks. And in here we have this permalink structure, and it's set to the day and name. As you can see on your dashboard, it might be set to the plain or any other options, but I highly recommend you to select this post name permalink. And I'm gonna show you a very basic example of this, which is difference between plain and post name permalinks. With the plain permalinks, your website's address gonna look something like this, your website.com/a number. And on the other hand, we have this post name permalinks. With this, your website will look like your website.com/a page name like this about us page, or a post name. So this one looks more professional, it's more human readable, and this can also help you rank on the search engines as well. Alright, so make sure you choose this post name. Now I'm just gonna save the changes. And now I'm gonna make you familiar with the themes of your website. So let's hover on this appearance option and we'll have themes here. Let's click on the themes. And here we are having some default themes like 2024, 2021, 2023, and currently the 2024 is the active one. And you can see this exact theme on your front-end website, right? So themes basically represents your website to the visitors, and it's by default. And also you can add more themes if you want. You can click on this add new theme, or you can click on this big button. This is also add new theme. In here you have thousands of themes you can get. Also here you can search for the themes. Here I'm gonna install a theme. It's called Hello Elementor. And you will see this theme. It's called Hello Elementor. And now from here I'm gonna click on this install. Then after installing, I'm gonna click on this activate. And we're in the themes, and currently this Hello Elementor theme is active one. So if we go to our front-end website and refresh the page, we can see we are having a new theme here, which is coming from the Hello Elementor. I know it looks boring and plain, but we can create masterpiece out of it using page builders. And we all know what is the best page builder for WordPress is. Yes, it is Elementor. So basically, themes represents your website to the viewers, and you can customize it exactly the way you want using powerful page builders like Elementor. And now we're gonna get the Elementor plugin for our website. So to get the free Elementor account, you can go to jimfahaddigital.com. Also, you'll find a link for this page in the description below. And in here, under these important links, we have this Get Elementor free account. Let's click on it. And this will take you to the official Elementor's website. From here, let's scroll down a little bit. And here you will see the Elementor's pricing plans. Although we're gonna be using the Elementor free version for this tutorial, but here just let me give you a quick tour of the Elementor Pro. You can make your full website using the Elementor free version, but if you have the Elementor Pro version, you get so many advanced features like so many pro widgets, things like form builder, pop-up builder, and even e-commerce features. And their pricing is really affordable and totally makes sense. So you can just buy Elementor Pro and watch this tutorial using that, although we are just using the Elementor free version for this. So now let's just go get our Elementor free account. So let's scroll up here and let's click on this Elementor's logo. And here this page will come up. From here just click on this get started. From here just click on this login. Since you don't have an Elementor account, so you can click on this create an account. And from here you can just continue with Google, Facebook, or Apple account, or you can just continue with your email. In here, just put your email address and put a password, and then click on this create my account. And after creating the account, you will be in the Elementor's dashboard like this. From here, just follow their instruction that they have sent you on the email, and your account will be simply active. Alright, now let's go back to our dashboard, and I'm gonna go to the plugins now, and we have to install the Elementor, right? After all, it's a plugin. So let's click on this add new plugin. Then from here, I'm gonna search Elementor, and from here, I'm gonna just click on this install now. Then after installing, I'm gonna click on this activate. Now if we go back to our plugins, the Elementor will show you an onboarding. You can just skip this by clicking on this X icon. And in the plugins, you can see now we have the Elementor plugin. And now along with Elementor, we need some other plugins for our website. So I'm just gonna go here and add more plugins. Let's search Elements Kit, and this plugin will come up. Let's install this. With these plugins, we're gonna get some additional add-ons and templates. Let's active this. And now also let's search Jig Elementor Kit, and you'll see this one. I'm gonna install it. With this one, we're gonna have some additional plugins in our page builder. Alright, it's activated. Now let's search Mate Form. Using the Mate Form plugin, we can create the form of our website, and it makes it really easy. Now let's activate this. And now if we go back to our plugins, we can see we have installed and activated our new plugins. Okay, cool. Now I'm really excited to show you the power of the Elementor. So I'm gonna go to the pages, because we need pages to create something on, right? So in the pages, let's quickly remove this. And in here you can see there is already 2 pages, this privacy policy and sample page. We don't need this, so we can select all this and select this move to trash from the bulk action, and let's click on this apply. And those are moved to trash. Now let's close this. And now let's add our page by clicking on this add new page. Here in this area, I will type my page name. So I'm gonna name my page home. You can rename your page anything. Now after entering the name, you can click on this publish to publish the page. Now it says the home is live. But if we go to our front-end website and refresh the page, we cannot see the home we have just created here, right? But we want our home page to show here. So all we have to do is let's go back to the WordPress and click on this icon to go back to the dashboard. And under this settings, we have this reading. Click on this reading. And in here we have this option, which is your homepage displays. Currently it's set to your latest post, which is this. These are my latest default posts. Now I want to change it to a static page. So let's select this. And we have this home page. Under the home page, I'm gonna select the home that we have just created. Alright, now I'm gonna save the changes. And now if we go to our front-end website and refresh the page, in here, instead of the default post, we can see our home here. But currently we are having nothing in our home page, so this is very empty. But let's go to the pages here. And let's open this page, and let's click edit with Elementor to open this page inside Elementor. And using the Elementor, let's make the page the way we want. So let's click. And in here, you can close this pop-up by clicking on this X or clicking on this continue. And finally, we are at our Elementor page builder where the real fun begins. You can think of this as your dental operatory. The dashboard was the hospital, and this is your operatory where you do the main work. So first of all, let's clean up this area a little bit, like this red bottom bar coming from the Elementor page builder. So let's click the close icon to close it. And on the left side here, this is the Elementor panel. And in here, you can see the items like heading, image, text editor, video, button, All of these are called Elementor elements or Elementor widgets. These are the basic building block of website. And if you scroll down a little bit, you will see this Pro drop down in here. You will only see the premium widgets here like gallery, price table, carousel, and many advanced stuff. But you can only get these widgets if you have the Pro Elementor purchased. And with the Elementor free, we only have these basic ones. So that's that. And if we take a look on the right side, it's looking really familiar, right? And yes, it's from our front-end website using the Hello Elementor theme. And now here in this beautiful box, we are gonna build our masterpiece. And here I'm gonna give you a basic example how this page builder works. First of all, I'm gonna close this navigator pop-up for now. And now let's click on this plus icon here. Then select the first one, flex box. And then I'm gonna select this first one here. And as you can see, it just added a box surrounded with a pink border. And if you notice on the left side, every content has been changed according to this box. As we are selecting this box right now, so every content on the left side is dedicated for this box or the thing we are selecting right now. Okay, so in here, let's try some options. So first of all, we have this min height. If we slide this min height slider to the right, you can see the box is getting longer. And if we drag it to the left, it's getting shorter, right? Or also you can type here very specifically, for example, 400 pixel. Now this box is having 400 pixel of min height. Simple, right? Now we have this justify content options here. And underneath we can see we're having some items. From here I'm gonna select this center for now. I'm gonna just explain you this in few moments. And for now, let's color this box. Right now it's not having any color, it's just transparent. So on the top of this panel we are having this style tab. Let's click on this. And here some new options loaded. Then I'm gonna click under this background type, click on this classic. Then under the color, let's click on here. And now we are having a color picker. With this color picker, you can choose any color you like using these knobs and sliders. Alright, so for now, I'm just gonna make it fully black. So the box is now fully black. Alright, now I want to add new elements inside this box. So to add elements, you can click on this grid icon on the top right of this panel. After clicking, all the widgets or elements will load again. From here, let's select this heading. I'm just gonna drag it and drop it inside the box. And it will add a text. From here, you can triple click to edit this text, or you can use this text field on the panel to change the text. For example, here I'm typing Jim Fahad Digital, and here our text has been changed. Now let's say you want to color this text. Right now it's having a blue type of color, but you can definitely change the color. So let's click on this style tab. In the style tab, for this text, all the options is a bit different. For example, we are having this color. You can see we're having a default blue color. So let's click on here. And then we're having the color picker. In here, you can type any color code if you like, or you can just play with this knob to pick a color. So I'm actually gonna make it fully white. All right. And after this, we have this typography option. So let's click on this pencil icon, and the typography pop-up will come up like this. From here, you can work on your text. Like here we have the family, which is font family. If you click here, you can see we're having so many fonts inside. And all of these are Google fonts, which is free. And they have nice ones. So for example, from here, I select a font. And here you can see the font is instantly changed. Or you can click here and you can search your preferred font. Like one of my favorite font is Poppins. So I'm just going to type Poppins and click on the Poppins here. And the text is Poppins now. It's that simple. And we have this text size. You can play with this size slider to readjust the text size like this. Or of course you can put any specific value like 50 pixel and the text size will be 50 pixel. And then we have this weight, which is font weight. Using this, you can make your text thin or bold. The lower number will make it thinner and the higher number will make it bolder. So for now, I'm just gonna keep it 600, which is semi-bold. Then we have this transform option. With this, we can make our text fully uppercase or lowercase or capitalized. Alright, here we have more different options that you can play with. Also, we have this line height. Using this line height, you can redefine the line height of this text like this. It's very useful on many cases. So it's like this. Then we have this letter spacing. Using this letter spacing, you can literally add space between each of your letters. How cool is that? Then similarly, we have this word spacing. Using this, you can add space between your words. Alright. So I'm just gonna delete all these values by clicking on this backspace to make it default. Alright. Now on the top here, we have this alignment option. Using this, you can make your text to the left, which is by default on the left. You can make it on the right, or you can make it on the center. So I'm just gonna keep it center. Then let's add more stuff in the box. So let's click on the grid icon. And now I'm gonna add this text editor underneath this heading widget. And here a text editor is loaded. You can use this text editor to keep long text or paragraphs. You can change the text from here. Now let's go to the style tab. In here, let's make the alignment center. Then we have this text color, and here most of the settings is the same. We have the text color, let's make it a little bit lighter, and we have the typography, everything is same here. Let's increase the size a little bit. This is good. And after this text, let's go to the widgets. And after this text, let's add a button widget. And here on the button, let's change the button text. You can change it from here. So instead of click it, let's type read more. And we have this link option for the button. Using this field, you can put any link like http:// kitpapa.com. And when a visitor will click on this button, it will take them to this specific link that you are setting on this link field. That's cool, right? So let's style this button. So obviously, let's go to the style tab. And here we have this alignment. Let's make it center. Then we have the typography. Let's make it Poppins. And let's increase the size a little bit. Now here we have this button's text color, which is this white right now. We can change it, like we can make it black color. Then here we have this background type, and under this we have this background color. So this is the green color, as you can see. We can just change it like this. Alright. And now you know how to add basic widgets in the Elementor and how to edit them. Now let's say you want to add space on the elements. For example, you want a space on this element, this text, to push down this button more to the bottom. Alright, so how you can do it? Let me introduce you the advanced tab here. So we were working on this first two tab. Now let's go to the advanced tab. So in the advanced tab, you have so many advanced features and options that we will be exploring later in this tutorial. For now, let's focus on the spacing step. So there is many ways to add space between elements, but there is two most common ways, which is using this margin option and using this padding option. So here on the margin, you can type any value on the top, right, bottom, or left. For example, I type here 1 pixel. You type 1 pixel in this field, but every field is having 1 pixel. But we don't want that. So let's delete this. And we have this option to unlink the values. Let's click it. And everything is unlinked and everything is 0 right now. And if we type 1 now, the 1 is in only this field. Everything is different. Alright. So basically what we want here, we want some space on the bottom of this text. So we're gonna add some value on the bottom. Select the number like this, and let's just add like 50 pixel. And you see, we have just added 50 pixel gap or space after this element. And the button is pushed down more to the bottom, right? Now, let's say if we add 50 pixel on the top, and from the top, it leaves some space and it pushes down the text from the top. Simple, right? So this is the use of the margin. And now we have the padding method. The padding is very similar to the margin. It basically adds space. Like if we add, let's unlink first and add 50 on the bottom, you can see the same space is being added. But trust me, this padding has a different use cases. You will know everything once we start to build our website step by step. Alright, so for now, I'm just gonna undo everything like this. Also on this button, you can add some simple effects. You can add hover effects. So currently here you can see this is in the normal state, but if we click on this hover tab, in here we are having option for this hover state. So on the hover, let's add a background color like kind of green color, and let's make the text color white. And now if we take our mouse on the button, you see it's showing us a nice hover effect. It's just because we have set different colors on the hover state, and on the normal state it's the default color, which is this. Alright, so it's very simple and it makes your element very interactive. And now let's say you don't like an element and you want to remove that from your canvas. All you need to do is right click on that element and you will have some options here, and from here you can just click on this delete and the element or widget will be gone. Just right click and delete. And if you have mistakenly deleted an element, you can just press Ctrl plus Z to undo your actions, or you can press Ctrl plus Y to redo your actions. Alright, and if you want to delete the whole thing, the whole box, you can click on this X icon of this box option and the box will be gone with every inside elements. So this was the very basic example how the Elementor page builder works. It will help you to understand everything what I do step by step. And now I'm gonna make you familiar with a very important concept for designing a web page, which is flexbox concept. If you want to understand the flexbox concept, you can create any layout or any structure all by yourself. So it will be very important for you to learn. So let's pay attention here. And by the way, I'm not gonna give you some theory for this. I'm gonna show you everything in practical. So first of all, let's remove all these examples. And here, first of all, I'm gonna click on this plus icon. And these two options, one is flexbox, one is grid. So ignore this grid option. It's very rare to use the grid option. So let's focus on this flexbox. Let's click it. And in the structure, we have many structure like this direction column, this direction row, and many diverse structure or layout. But this two is the most commonly used structures. So I'm gonna select one of this. And as you know, it adds a basic box. Now, first of all, I'm gonna make this box the content full width. Now this box is having the full width inside this. Then I'm gonna make this min height a little bit longer, like 600 pixel. And for clarity, I'm gonna add a background color on this box. So from the style, you know what to do in the background. Here in the color, I'm gonna make this box blue but very light, like this. And now inside this box, I want to add another container. Now inside this box, you can click on this plus icon to open up the widgets. And from here, I'm gonna add a container inside. So this main basic box is also a container, but we have just added it a different way. Also, if I turn on this navigator option, you will understand this better. So inside this navigator, you can see we have the first container, which is this big one, the blue one. And inside that, we are having this new one, which is this. So let's select this new one and also add a color on this. Let's make it blue color, but this time a little bit deeper, like this. And let's go back to the layout tab. And from here, I'm gonna make this width full width. And we can use this width to define the horizontal width of an element. So first of all, I'm gonna select the pixel property to give a very specific value. So I'm just gonna type 300 and this box will be 300 pixel long horizontally. And now basically this container is our parent container and this container is our child container. So we can just rename this here. We can double click here and rename this parent, and we can rename this as child. And now I want more of these child containers inside. So we can right click this container and use this duplicate to duplicate the container, and it will be exactly the same. I want another, so let's duplicate. And now basically you can see inside this parent container, we are having 3 child's container. Simple, right? Now I'm gonna show you the real flexbox use case. So let's select this parent container first of all, and then under the layout, here we have this justify content. From here we can select start and everything. By default it's start, so it's on the left. Start means left. And then we have this center. Selecting this center on the parent container, it makes the inner child centered vertically inside. Alright, similarly you can make it end to align this all the way to the end. I'm gonna keep the center for now. Then we have this align items. By default, it's align item start. Start means all the way to the left. Then we have this center, we have this end. It works very similar, but this time it's working horizontally. So that's how you center anything using the flexbox. Also in here, we have these gaps. Using these gaps, you can define the space between the elements like this. For now, I'm just gonna keep it default. Alright, now I'm gonna show you what this direction property does. So it's currently set to the column vertical, which is by default. And now, if we make this row horizontal, you see, it's aligning inner items or inner childs horizontally like this. And before, when it was the column vertical, every child was ordered vertically. As simple as this. But this is a very important option. We will be using this direction property a lot in this tutorial. Alright, so now we know what this direction does. And when the direction property is set to the row, the justify content and the align items works little bit differently. Like if I make it start, it's aligning all the items to the left. But before, when it was the direction column, it was aligning every item on the top. And same for the align items. When it's set to the direction row, if I make this align items start, it's making all the item on the top. But before on the column, it was making on the left. So this becomes other way around. Alright, so these things are very interesting. We will use everything nicely in this tutorial. And now let's say I want to add more element, but not here. I want to add in this element, in this child element. So for example, in here, let's add a button. So let's add it in the middle one. And right after adding this middle one actually resized itself according to the button's height. So we can just make the min height little bit longer to just make it look good. Alright, now let's select this child element, this blue one. And from here, if we try to make it justify center, then align item center, it's making the button centered, right? But if we select the parent, the main one, and make this justify content start and align item start, it's making the blue ones on the left and top, but this button is not getting affected by this parent container. Because this button is not immediate child of this main parent container, but this button is the immediate child of this blue middle container, which is also a child container of this parent container. So basically this button is a child of a child element. Alright, if you once understand the parent and child relationship in the flexbox, every layouting will be easy for you. Now I think it's enough giving you examples, because I believe you will understand everything we do to make our website. Also, if you are confused by something or did not get something, you can just rewatch 3 to 5 minutes back and everything will be clear for you. Alright, now let's delete every examples. And now let's make our website practically step by step. And one thing here, as you know, this tutorial will be hours long. So if you are ready to invest your next 2 to 3 hours, then you can follow this full tutorial. But let's say all of you don't have such long time, or you are on a rush and you want your website really fast. Instead of watching hours long video, then I have another option for you. You can use ready template from kitpapa.com. Of course, we will create our website step by step from scratch, but the kitpapa.com is for the people who want to create their website seamlessly and also really fast, like within few clicks. So here, let me give you a quick tour of kitpapa.com. On the left side here, all of these are perfectly dedicated ready templates for each of the categories. So by using these templates, you can not only create websites for yourself, but also for your clients very easily. Let's say you have a client who is a healthcare professional. For that, they have this health medical category. Inside this, you will find many professional template kits. These are all related to health and medical. And from here, let's check one of them. For example, this. And here, you can buy this ready template and it's really affordable. It's only $14. And if you scroll down here, you can see they have all the documentation and also a video guide. And by watching this only 2-minute video, you can install this full template or website effortlessly. So technically, you can skip the 2 hours video and watch this 2-minute video and you will have the same website worth hours of work. Alright. Also here, you will find a very interesting thing. If you click on this live demo button, you can see the full website in a beautiful iframe. You can check the responsiveness, like in the tablet mode, how it will look in the mobile mode, everything. And of course it has a visit site button. By clicking this, you can experience the real and live site like this. Alright, now let's go back. Now I'm gonna click on this Kitpapa's logo and it will take us to the home page. And here on the search bar, you can actually search any template. So here I'm gonna search DentalX and this template will come up. Let's check this. And as you already know, we're gonna be making this website in our tutorial. So let's check this out a bit. Actually, these templates are made by professionals with years of experience, and you can just make it your own with a very low price. And you can buy one template and you can easily make couple version of that same template and make different websites with this. So that's gonna be a win for you. And let's say if you are a freelancer or an agency, you can grab their buy all package. And with their buy all package, you get full access to all of their premium kits. Like they have 180 plus premium kits and you can get 10 plus new premium kits per month. And of course you get access to their future products as well. That's mean when they're gonna upload a new product, you will be owning that for free. With all of their premium kits, you can at least earn $3,000. And what is the price you have to pay for this? Only $99. In my opinion, that's a great deal. So if you want to grab their buy all package, I recommend you to grab this with their limited time discount. So as you can see, currently there is a limited time discount is going on, which is lifetime access for only $99. So make sure you grab the deal through this offer. Alright, now let's go back to our WordPress and make our website step by step. And finally, we're gonna be making our site step by step. So the plan is, I'm gonna start creating the website from the banner area. For now, I'm gonna skip the header area and later I'm gonna add the header and the footer. Because if I start from the header directly, it will be hard for you to catch that. So I'm just gonna start from the banner area so it will be simpler. Alright. So first of all, I want to remove this default text, this default header and this default footer. So we can click on this settings icon on the bottom left. And in here, under the page layout, we're gonna make it Elementor canvas. And now we are having a fully empty canvas. So let's start by taking a container inside this box. And as you know, it adds a container. So in here we can see this container, but we're gonna rename this container banner section. So this box is now the banner section. And inside this box, we're gonna be adding all the things we're gonna have in our banner section. So first of all, let's make this container content width full width. Then I'm gonna make the width 100%. Then I'm gonna make the gaps 20, although it's by default 20, but still we can add it. Now I'm gonna directly go to the advanced tab, and in here I'm gonna unlink the margin. Then on the bottom, I'm gonna add 180 pixel. Alright, so it will leave this amount of space on the bottom. Then on the padding, I'm gonna unlink, and on the right, I'm gonna add 60, and on the left, 60 pixel. And this padding adds 60% padding on the right and 60% padding on the left inside this container. And margin leaves the space outside of this container, like right here. You cannot see, but you'll know it better later. And now inside this banner section, I'm gonna go to widgets and add a new container. And I'm gonna rename this container call 1. You don't have to rename all the containers. I'm just renaming the containers to keep it organized. Then on the call 1 container, I'm gonna make it full width. Then in the width, I'm gonna make it 49%. Then I'm gonna make the direction column. Then I'm gonna make its gaps 50 pixel. Then inside this call container, I'm gonna add another container. Let's not get confused by so many containers. That's why you should keep eye on this navigator. Alright, so for this container, I'm gonna make this width 695 pixel. Then I'm gonna make the gaps 30 pixel. Then I'm gonna go to advanced tab and add the padding. Let's unlink this. On the top 70 pixel and on the right 70 pixel. And as you can see, it just adds space inside the container like this. Then in this container, I'm gonna add a heading widget here, and I'm gonna change the heading. So here I'm just gonna paste my text because I don't want to waste time to type big text like this. Then I'm gonna go to Style tab and I'm gonna make the text color 222 222 6 twos, and it will give us a dark color. Then I'm gonna open the typography in here. I'm gonna search a font which is Open Sans, and this will come up. Select this. So this Open Sans font family will be our main font of our site. Alright, then next let's type a value in the font size 68, and this font will be 68. Then I'm gonna select the font weight 500. Then I'm gonna select the line height here, and first of all I'm gonna click on this pixel and select this EM property. Then I'm gonna type here 1.1 EM, and I'm gonna use this letter spacing. So in here I'm gonna type -2. The negative number actually decrease the space between each letters. Alright, now I'm gonna close the typography. Then after this text, I wanna add this text editor. Then I'm gonna change this dummy text, and obviously we have to paste the text, otherwise it will take ages to type all this text. Alright, then I'm gonna go to Style tab to style this text. So first of all, let's make the color 666 B68. Then let's open the typography and search the Open Sans. Then font size 17 pixel. Then font weight, let's keep it 400, and line height, select the EM and 1.6. Then letter spacing, keep it 0. Alright, now after this text editor, I'm gonna go to widgets and add a container underneath. Then I'm gonna make the containers direction row. Then I'm gonna make these align items center, and then the gaps 0. Then I'm gonna go to the advanced tab, and on the padding I'm gonna make the padding all 0. Then inside this container I want to add another container. Then I'm gonna make this contents width full width. Then under the width I'm gonna click on this percentage property, and in here select this pencil icon, and this field will come up. Then here just type max hyphen width, and after making this it will be like this. And then I'm gonna go to advanced tab and make the padding 0. And now inside this container I wanted to add a button, but currently it's became like this because of this max width. So for now I'm just gonna delete this max width, and I'm gonna add a button, and then go back to that container and type the max width again, max hyphen width. Alright, now let's work on this button. So first of all, let's change the text on this button. Let's paste our text, schedule appointment. Then in the link I'm gonna keep it as it is right now. Then under this style I'm gonna open the typography. Then here let's make it Open Sans. Then font size 16 pixel and weight 700. Then line height 1.5 EM. The letter spacing 0. And then I'm gonna change the button's background color from here. So here let's type 004A5E, and it will be a color like this. Then this is normal state color. Now I'm gonna add a hover color by clicking on this hover. So in the background color I'm gonna type CBF2FE, and on hover it will be this color. But on hover the background color is so light, so we can barely see the inner text, which is white. So I'm just gonna change the text color as well. In here let's make this 004A5E, and now on the hover it's perfect. Alright, now next I'm gonna use this border radius option to make this button a little bit roundy. I'll show you what I mean. So in here let's type a value like 15 pixel, and as you can see this button is looking really roundy like this. But actually we don't need that much roundness on our button, so let's make it 12 pixel. And here, as you can see, our button is now having a rounded corner. Alright, so it looks nice. Now we have this padding inside this style tab. This is only for the button. So inside padding, let's unlink this first, then 15 pixel, 35 pixel, 15 and 35 pixel, making our button a bit thicker by adding space inside this button. Alright. On the other hand, in the advanced tab we have the margin. What margin would do? For example, we add 30 pixel on the top. It just added 30 pixel space on the top, like outside of this button, right? But this padding is adding space inside the button like this. So that's so simple and very useful. Alright, let's make it back to 15. And now I'm gonna add a new container after this container. So I'm gonna close it, and you can right click and click on this add new container, and it will add a container after this. Then I'm gonna keep this container full width. Then I'm gonna make the width. First of all, select the pixel property, then I'm gonna type 60 pixel, and I'm gonna make the align items center. Then inside this container I'm gonna add a widget which is called spacer. I'm gonna drag and drop it here. Then in the spacer space, I'm gonna first of all make it 30 pixel. Then I'm gonna go to advanced tab, and under this width I'm gonna select this custom option, and after selecting this custom width will appear. Then inside this I'm gonna make this pixel and just type 1. Then I'm gonna scroll down a little bit, and we have this background option or background drop down. I'm gonna open this, and inside this we can add a background color. So from here, let's choose a color DF E4E1. Now you cannot see anything about this spacer, so I'm gonna close this panel and the website will be full width. And now you can see here we just made a border that is separating this button with the incoming items on the right side. It's just for the design purpose. Alright, now let's open back the panel. Then after this spacers container, I'm gonna close this container, then I'm gonna right click and add new container, and it will add another container on the right side. Then also for this container, I'm gonna select this pencil icon, and in here I'm gonna type max hyphen width, and for this button's gap I'm just gonna make it 2 pixel. And now inside this button I want a heading, so let's drag and drop a heading. But right now we are facing the same issue, we cannot add the heading, so let's select the container first and remove this for now, and first add the heading. Now let's go back and add the max width. And by the way, if you are wondering what this max width actually does, this max width tells this container that don't be bigger than your contents inside. So this container will not be big or more wide than this elements or content inside. Alright, that's why we use this max width this way. So now let's work on this heading. First of all, I'm gonna change the text. I'm gonna paste it to this. Then let's go to the style tab. Then I'm gonna make the color A5, AE, A8. Then I'm gonna make the typography Open Sans. Then size 15 pixel and font weight 400. Then line height, select EM, then type 1.75. It adds a very sharp and perfect value. Now later spacing, keep it 0. Then we're gonna add a button after this text editor. So let's go to widgets and drag and drop a button underneath. And now let's change the text. And here I'm gonna actually keep this default text, which is click here, but I'm just gonna make this H in capital letter. And now we need an icon for our button here. So there is basically two options to add an icon for your button. One is using upload SVG, and one is using your icon library on WordPress. So in icon library you get so many icons, but we need a specific type of icons, so we have to upload that icon in here by using upload SVG. So let's click here and make sure you enable unfiltered file uploads. So click enable, and it will open your media library where you can manage your files and image and everything. So here we can just upload our images or any files. And now we need our images for this website, right? So to get all the images I'm gonna be using in this tutorial, you can go to the Fahad digital website, and in here under the important links, you can go to this links, which is download the resources I have used in this tutorial. So let's click on it. And it will take you to a Google Drive link where we have a zip file, which is DentalX assets. From here, we're gonna just download the whole zip file from here. And after downloading the zip file, you can unzip it. Then you will have a folder. Inside that folder, you will have two folders. One is images and one is templates. For now, let's go to the images. And in the images folder, you will get all the images that is used for this website. So now let's go back to our Elementor page builder. So in here, we need an icon, right? Which is in SVG format. So if you notice in this images folder, all these images are the normal images file, and these SVG images with the browser icon, this is also an image, but these are called SVG image. So I'm actually gonna select the SVG image one by one like this. Alright, and once every one of them is selected, I'm just gonna drag and drop all the files inside this. And now in here we are having all the images file inside our media library. So from here we need this icon for our button. So I'm gonna select it like this, and then I'm gonna click on this insert media. And now we are having this nice little icon here, but I want this button after this text, not before this text. So we can use this icon position to make it right like this. Nice. Then we have this icon spacing. Using this, we can add space between the text and the icon inside the button. I'm just gonna make it a little bit like 3 pixel. And then let's go to the style tab, and here typography, let's make it open sans, size 16 pixel, then font weight 700, and line height, select EM and 1.5 EM. Alright, now we have this button background color. Let's make it 222, 222. Then we have this button's color. I'm gonna make it 222, 222, and I'm gonna make the background color of this. I'm gonna use this bottom slider in the color picker, and I'm gonna drag it all the way to the left to make the background color transparent. Alright, then I'm gonna go to the hover, and on the text I'm gonna make it 004A 5E. So in the hover color, this will be like this. Then we have this padding in the buttons. I'm just gonna make the padding all 0 because this is a text type button, so we don't need any padding on this. And now with this button, I'm gonna do one final thing. Here our text is perfect, everything is perfect, but this icon is too small. But unfortunately, we cannot change the icon size inside the button. But don't worry, we have solution for everything. So let's go back to the JFD site, and if you scroll down a little bit, you will find this small custom CSS. Under this button arrow CSS, you will get this simple code. You don't need to understand anything of this code, but select all like this and just copy it. Then let's go back to the Elementor, and to add custom CSS, we have to go to the Advanced tab and scroll down, and here we can add the custom CSS. But since we are using the Elementor free version, we cannot use the custom CSS straight in this panel. To use the custom CSS or code with the free Elementor, I have a trick for you. First of all, let's go to the widgets, and here just search HTML and you will see this widget. Just drag this widget in this box and it will add something like this. And inside here, under this HTML code field, just paste the code that you have copied from the site. And now let's go back to the site here, and after this code we have this button arrow CSS classes. From here, just copy this class name btn-arrow and go back here. Then select this button, this click here button. And under the advanced tab, we have this CSS classes. Inside this, just paste that class name, and instantly our button's arrow icon will be perfectly big. Alright, so it's that simple. So to summarize the process, we have just copied the code from here and pasted the code using this HTML widget in here. And then inside this button, we have added the class name to make this custom code link to this button. Alright, so basically we are done with this contents part in the banner. Now I'm gonna add another container after this contents part container. So this single container is holding all the contents inside. So you can just rename this container contents to be organized. And after this contents container, I'm gonna add another container. So click on this add new container. And I'm gonna rename this container images container, because we're gonna hold some image inside, so it makes sense. And now, first of all, I'm gonna make this containers direction row and gaps 20. Then from the widgets, I'm gonna drag this image widget inside this. And here we are having an image widget, and from here we have to choose our image. So let's click on here, and currently we're just having our SVG images, but we did not upload our main images yet. So let's open our folder, and now I'm gonna select all the images in the folder like this, and I'm gonna deselect the SVG images by holding Control or Command. I'm just gonna deselect the item with the browser icon, and I'm gonna drag every normal images inside this. And our images is being uploaded. We have to wait a little bit. So all our images has been uploaded. Now we can select our image we want for our section. So first of all, I'm gonna select this one and click on the select, and this image will be loaded. Then I'm gonna select this image. Then under this style tab, I'm gonna use the border radius to make the image a bit round, like 40 pixel. And this image will be nice and soft looking. Then after this image, I want to add another image. So let's drag the image widget after this image like this. Then let's select the image for this one. For this one, and you will find this image. Select this, and this image will be here. Then from the style tab, I'm gonna make it a bit round. Alright, so two images all together looking nice. So we can say the left part of our banner is completed. Now let's work on the right side of our container. And mostly the right side of a banner is simpler than the left side, so it will be easy. Basically inside this banner section, for the left side we have this call one, right? And now I'm gonna add a new container after this call one. So let's add a new container, and this one I'm gonna rename this call 2. So the call 1 is for the left side and call 2 is for the right side. And I'm gonna resize this call 2. So in the width, I'm gonna make it 51%. This left side was 49% and this one is 51%. So altogether it's occupying the 100% width of this banner section. Alright, now let's work on this call 2. So here direction, I'm gonna make it column. Then I'm gonna make the justify content to the end. Then align items also end. Then I'm gonna go to style tab here, and I'm gonna select this background type classic, and here we can select an image as a background of a container. So let's choose image, and from here I'm gonna select this image. And here we have these couple of options. On the position, first of all, I'm gonna make it center to make this background image centered. Then I'm gonna make this repeat no repeat, and then display size cover. Alright, now next let's go to advanced tab, and I'm gonna make the padding 30 pixel. And also let's go back to the style tab, and in here I'm gonna add a border radius for this container. So I'm gonna make it 30 pixel. So basically this call to container is having this border radius. So with that container, the image is also having the border radius. Alright. Now inside this, let's add a container. And our container will be at the end because we have selected justify content end and align items end. And I'm gonna just rename this container call box because we will be adding some contact element inside this container. So first of all, I'm gonna make this container full width, and in the width, let's select pixel property. Then I'm gonna make the width 420 pixel. Then I'm gonna make the mean height 190 pixel. Then let's make the justify content space between. And then I'm gonna go to style tab. Then I'm gonna choose an image as a background again. So from here I'm gonna select this image, which is called, you can notice the title, grain pattern 1. Select this. Then I'm gonna make the image position center, then repeat, no repeat. After that, I'm gonna use this color alongside this background image. So let's type in the color 6 Fs FFF, then 3 3. Then I'm gonna scroll down and open the border. Then we want a border around this container. So under the border type, I'm gonna select the solid. And after selecting the solid, you can see by default it added a border. Then in the border width, I'm gonna make it 1. Then border color, I'm gonna make it 6 Fs FFF, then 4 D. Currently we cannot see the border, but once we're done, you can see the border. Then I'm gonna make the border radius 30 to make it round. Then I'm gonna straightly go to the advanced tab, and let's make the padding 30. And now I want to add a nice blur effect inside this container. Although from here you can use this glass blur effect to add blurriness in the container, but we don't exactly want it like this, because right now we are having this grain pattern using the image, and by using the blur with this glass effect, we cannot see the image anymore. So for that, we have a simple custom CSS. Let's go to the JFT site, and after these button codes, you will find this blur background CSS. From here, just copy this code, and in here, inside this HTML widget, we have to paste the code. And from now on, we have to paste every code inside this style tag. So this is open tag and this is close tag. So I'm gonna select here and I'm gonna make some space. Then inside this, I'm gonna just paste the code that we have just copied. Now we're gonna go back here again and copy this bg-blur class name. Copy, and now inside this container, under the advanced tab inside CSS classes, just paste it. And after pasting this CSS code, we can see our container is having the background blur, but the background image that we have chose from the style tab is visible over the background blur. And now one last thing we have to do is, let's go back to the style tab, and for the background image we have this repeat. Instead of no repeat, we have to keep this repeat. And finally, our container will have a nice blurry texture like this. And now inside this blurry container, I'm gonna add some more contents. So let's add a heading, and of course let's change the text. I just pasted, and in the style tab, let's make the color 6 Fs FFF, and then CC. Add this code and you will get a semi-transparent text color. Then typography, let's make it open sans. Then size 13 pixel. Then font weight 400, and line height, let's make it EM, then 1.55. Then letter spacing 3 pixel, and it will kind of look like this. Now after this text, I want to add a new container. here, and let's make this container direction row. Then justify content, space between, then align items center. Inside this container, I'm gonna add another heading. Then let's make the heading call us colon. Then under this style tab, I'm gonna change the text to fully white color so you can type FFF. Then under typography, let's make the font Open Sans. Then font size 30 pixel. Then font weight 5 and line height EM. Then 1.25. Then let's close it. Then after this text, I'm gonna add a button. So let's add it right after this button like this. Then let's change the button text to a number. This is a mobile number. And with this button, we can do a very interesting thing. So first of all, inside the link, I'm gonna delete this hash and I'm gonna type tell colon, and then I'm gonna paste the exact number here. So what it does, when a visitor will click on this button, on this number button, on their mobile, their calling app will open up with this number. So they can basically click this button to call directly to your number. So that's a great feature. Now let's style on this button. First of all, I'm gonna edit the typography, make this Open Sans. Then font size 16 pixel and weight 700, line height 1.5. Then in the color, let's make it FFF 26. Then on the hover, let's make the color 6.2. And finally, go to normal and select this background color, and I'm gonna make it 6Fs FFF, then 26, and it will be a semi-transparent color. Then I'm gonna go under the hover, and on hover I'm gonna make the background color fully white, so it will be like this. And on the hover, I'm gonna make the text color 222, and on the hover everything will be like this. Nice. And then I'm gonna use this border type solid, then border width 1 pixel, then border color white color FFF. Then I'm gonna make the border radius 12 pixel, and then we have the padding here. Let's unlink and type 14, 34, 14 and 34. And overall this button will be beautiful. And now currently this blurred container, which is this call box, we have to work on it a little bit. So under this style tab, scroll down and you will find this background overlay. Inside this we want a background color. So in here let's type 0000001F, and then we have this opacity. I'm gonna make this opacity just 1, and it will be a little bit darker and the text and the contents will be more visible. And with everything, now our banner section is fully done and it's looking great. And now it's time to make our website fully responsive. Our banner is perfect on the desktop mode, but we have to work on the tablet mode and mobile mode. So down here, I'm gonna click on this responsive mode, and the top bar will appear like this. And currently this is desktop mode, and if we click on this tablet portrait, we can see how our banner looks on this tablet mode. So we have to work a little bit to fit everything in this small screen. It's very easy, just follow me. So first of all, I'm gonna select this main banner section. Then under the layout, I'm gonna make this wrap. After making it wrap, all other containers goes all the way to the down. Then I'm gonna go to advanced tab, and on the margin we are having some margin here. First of all, I'm gonna make it 0 by unlinking this. Then on the top I'm gonna add 70 pixel, and on the bottom I'm gonna add 130 pixel. Then padding, instead of 60 pixel on the left and right, I'm gonna make it 30 pixel on the right and 30 pixel on the left. And then I'm gonna select this call one container. Then here we had 29% of width, but Now I'm gonna make it 100% width. So it's just gonna take 100% width of this main section, and everything will be perfect again. And one thing I'm gonna do is, in the gaps, I'm gonna add 105 pixel. So it will add nice gaps between the elements. To be specific, we have just added space between or gaps between this contents container and this images container using this call container, which is parent container of these two. And now, since our elements are perfect in the call 1, I'm gonna close it and select this call 2. In here, we'll do the same. Select the percentage and make it 100% width, and it will become like this. And also in the call container, I'm gonna make this padding 0. Then I'm gonna select this contents container, and I'm gonna make the padding also 0 for this. And then I'm gonna select the images container and make the padding 0. So all the unnecessary spaces added by padding is gone, because we have to remove spaces as much we can in the smaller screen. Alright, now everything in the call 1 is perfect, so I'm just gonna close this call 1, and now let's work on this call 2. So first of all, I'm gonna make this 100% width, and it will be occupying 100% width. Then inside the min height, I'm gonna add 790 pixel, and it will be longer like this, and we are looking very good in the tablet mode. So we have just fitted all this content from the bigger screen to this small screen, and it's looking perfect. Now it's time to check the responsive on mobile devices, so you can click on this mobile portrait, and in the mobile portrait it's looking something like this. We have to work on this. So first of all, I'm gonna select the banner section, then under the advanced tab I'm gonna unlink the margin, and on the top 35, then on the bottom 80 pixel, then padding on the right 20, and on the left 20. The smaller the screen gets, the lower number we are adding on the padding. Now next, I'm gonna select this call 1, and under the layout, let's make the gap 70%. Then I'm gonna open this container, and under this I'm gonna select this contents, and from the layout I'm gonna make this contents gaps 10. Then under the advanced tab, let's make the padding 0. Then I'm gonna select this heading, which is very big right now in the mobile screen. From here, I'm just gonna decrease the font size to 44 pixel, and it will be nice here. Also, I'm gonna select this text editor, and in the typography, I'm gonna make this 15 pixel, and it will be good. And then we have our button here. I'm gonna select this, and in the typography, I'm gonna make the font size 14 pixel, and it will be a little bit smaller. Then we have this separator or the spacer here. We don't need this spacer or separator in the mobile mode. So what you can do is select the spacer, and under the advanced tab, scroll down a little bit, and you will find this responsive drop down. Open this and turn this hide on mobile portrait, and it will be hidden on the mobile. Although we can still see this border here, but if we close this, we cannot see this anymore. But the thing is, even if we hide this spacer, but this container for this spacer is still there, so it's taking some space. So I'm just gonna hide this container as well from the responsive drop down. I'm gonna hide this on mobile, and it will be like this. Then let's go back, and finally let's select this one, this container, and from the advanced tab, let's make the padding 0. Then I'm gonna unlink the padding, and just on the top I'm gonna add 10 pixel of padding, so it will be little bit separated from this button. We can add more, like 20 pixel, and we are good here. Also, if you want, you can select this text, and under this style you can just decrease the size a little bit, like 13 pixel. Alright, then we are good with this call 1. Now let's work on the call 2. So first of all, I'm gonna make this call 2's min height 396. Then I'm gonna go to padding, and I'm gonna make it 20. Then I'm gonna select this call box container, and first of all I'm gonna make the padding 20 pixel. Then I'm gonna select this small text, and I'm gonna make it even smaller, like 10 pixel. and then I'm gonna select this one and I'm gonna make it 20 pixel. And finally, let's grab this button and in the padding, let's unlink and make it 14, 17, 14 and 17, and all good. So our banner section is perfect even in the mobile mode. So our banner section is fully responsive, and now we can say our banner section is completed. Now let's move to the next section. And now, before creating our new section, I'm gonna do some global settings in the Elementor, because right now so many things are very repetitive. Like we have so many text, for example this one. Every time we add a new text, we have to go to the color to add the color, and to the typography and search this open sans font. So these small things are very time consuming, and it's actually possible to reduce this repetitiveness using the global settings in the Elementor. So to do the global settings, first of all, I'm gonna click on this hamburger icon on the top left, and then I'm gonna click on this site settings. And here so many options will come, but we will work on just few of them. So first let's click on this global colors. So here we can see we have some default color like primary color, secondary, text and accent. So we'll just change this system color or default colors. So first let's change this primary color. So click here, and in this code I'm gonna type 62222222. So this is our primary, and on the secondary color here I'm gonna make it 004A5F. These colors code are looking similar, right? Because we have used the color code before. Now we have the text. In the text I'm gonna type 666B68. Then on the accent color I'm gonna make it 61CE70. So we have just changed the system colors, but I need more color options here. So to add more color option, you can click on this add color. Then in here I'm gonna rename this color water, and here I'm gonna make the code CBF2FE, and it will make a watery color. Then I'm gonna add another custom color. Then I'm gonna rename this new global color, and here I'm gonna make the code FFF00. So basically this is a fully transparent color. A5 AE AB. Then let's add another, and I'm gonna rename this transparent. Then here you can either drag the slider all the way to the left, or you can type the transparent color, which is this FFF FFF and 00, and this is also give you the transparent color. Then let's add the final one, and I'm gonna make it white, and in the white I'm gonna make it fully white, so FFF. Then I'm gonna click on this update, and then I'm gonna go back using this back button. Then again from here I'm gonna select another item, which is this global fonts. In here we are having some system fonts, primary, secondary, text and accent. Now let's edit this. So on the primary, let's make it open sans, so we never have to type the open sans again during the making. Then font size 56 pixel, then font weight 500, and line height 1.15. Then letter spacing -1. Then we have the secondary. I'm gonna make the secondary open sans again. Then the weight 400 and line height 0. Then we have text, make it open sans. Then size 17 and weight 400. Then line height, make it EM and type 1.6 EM, and letter spacing 0. Then finally we have the accent. Here open sans, size 16 pixel, weight 700 and line height 1.5 EM. Alright, so we have edited the basic system fonts. Now I'm gonna add custom fonts. So let's add style here, and this I'm gonna rename this subheading. Then here let's make it open sans, then size 20 pixel, then weight 500, then line height EM and 1.45, the letter spacing 0, and I'm gonna add another which will be H1. Then in here let's choose the font, then size 68, then weight 500, and EM 1.1 EM. Then lastly the line height -2 pixel. Then I'm gonna add another which will be H3. Then here open sans and font size 42, font weight 5, then line height 1.2 EM, and letter spacing -1 EM. Then lastly I'm gonna add H4, and inside this one will be open sans and size will be 30 pixel. Then weight will be 300 and line height 1.25 EM. The letter spacing 0. Alright, now we are done with making custom fonts. Now font is the thing we also have to edit in the responsive mode. So we're gonna add different font for the different sizes, and it's right here. So let's start on the responsive mode, and we're done with the desktop mode. Now let's go to the tablet mode. And first of all, in the primary we're gonna just change the font sizes. 42 for the primary. Then let's open the text, 15 for the text. Then open the accent and 15 for the accent. Now let's go to the custom fonts. On the subheading it will be 19 pixel. Then on the H1 44, then on the H3 36, and H4 24. And lastly we're gonna go to the mobile mode, and in here let's just change the font sizes. 36 for the primary, and in the accent 14 pixel. Then on the subheading 16 on the H1, then directly on the H3 26, and H4 20. And we are done with the typography or the global font settings. So now I'm gonna close the responsive mode and update this. Then I'm gonna go back, and here we're gonna work on our last option, which will be this layout. In this layout, first of all I'm gonna make this content width 1280. Then we have this container padding, I'm gonna make it all 0. Then we have this breakpoints. Let's open it, and inside here currently we are having mobile portrait and tablet portrait, which we see in the responsive mode, but I'm gonna add a new mode. So click on this plus, and from here I'm gonna select this laptop, and on the laptop here I'm gonna type 1600, and let's click update as we are done with the global settings. And then you'll see a pop-up which is saying reload Elementor editor to save all the modification. So you can just simply reload now, and it will be reload a bit. Then maybe you will see something like this, but don't panic, just close this panel by clicking on this X and it will be all perfect. And now we're gonna be making our next section with the support of global settings. So now let's take a container inside this to make a new section, and I'm gonna rename this section about section. And by the way, we are having this container which came with the custom code HTML widget. So I'm just gonna rename this custom code, and like this, so you always know and differentiate this container with other containers. And I'm always gonna keep it on the bottom. Alright, now let's work on this about section. So first of all, I'm gonna make this full width. Then I'm gonna make the direction row and gaps 40. Then here I'm gonna make the margin on link first, then on the bottom 120 pixel. Then padding 60 on the right, 60 on the left. And then I'm gonna do one thing here. I'm gonna go back to the layout, and I'm gonna open this additional options. Then we have this overflow. I'm gonna make it hidden. Overflow hidden means any element or content inside cannot go outside this container. You're just making sure this. So that's it. And inside this I'm gonna add more container, and I'm gonna rename this container call1, and then I'm gonna make the call1 full width. Then under the width I'm gonna make this 39%. Then direction column, right? And then inside this container I'm gonna add a heading. Then let's change the heading to this, and let's go to the style. And now as you can see in the style, we are already having this primary color, which is this 222 color code, and in the typography we are already having the open sans. So right now so many things aren't repetitive, and we will save our so much time. So in the typography, I'm just gonna make this font size 21 pixel. And you see already it's font weight 500 and the line height this. And then I'm gonna go to Advanced tab and I'm gonna make this width custom. Then in the custom width, I'm gonna select pixel. Then I'm gonna type here 380 pixel, and this text will have a width, so this text is broken down within this width of space. Now we are just done with this call one already. So we're gonna close it. And if you notice the border around this text, this is nothing, it's just a little glitch here. If you close this panel, it will be okay, and it will be gone from here automatically, so we don't have to worry about this. So let's focus on the call to. So first of all, let's add the call to container and rename this call to. Then let's make it full width, and here I'm gonna make it 100% for now, but remember we'll come back here and work a little bit on here later. So let's skip this for now and move ahead. So I'm gonna make this direction column, then gaps 30 pixel. Then inside I'm gonna add a heading. Then let's change the heading. Then let's go to Style tab, and color is okay. Then in the typography, let's change the font size 42 pixel. Then line height 1.2 em and letter spacing -1. Then here I'm gonna add 10 pixel margin on the bottom. Then I'm gonna turn on this custom width from here, and on the width select pixel, then add 830 pixel. Then after this I'm gonna add another heading. Then after this I'm gonna add a new widget, which is this icon widget. And here in the icon widget, you can show any icon from icon library, or you can upload SVG. So we have already uploaded the SVG, so let's select from here. Then I'm gonna select this picture. This is called Tooth Solid. Then insert media, and the icon will be loaded here. Then under the Style tab, I'm gonna align the icon to the left. Then in the color, it's already primary. Then I'm gonna make the size of it 70 pixel. Then under the Style tab, I'm gonna add 50 pixel on the bottom and -8 pixel on the left. So using minus because initially it was like this before, and I'm using negative margin 8 to pull this toward the left side to nicely align this icon with the text. Okay, then after this icon I'm gonna add a container, and I can rename this container images container because we're gonna keep images. Then on this container I'm gonna make this full width, and here in the width we're gonna learn a new thing. So first of all, click here and select this pencil icon. Then in here we're gonna use a function which is calc function. So let me type it, then I'll explain you. Calc first bracket 100%, then plus 108 pixel, then close it with first bracket. So what it's doing here, I'm gonna explain you in a moment after adding the images. So in here, let's add the image widget, and let's choose the image, this one, and let's make the images border radius 40. Then let's add another image right after this. Let's choose the image. I'm gonna select this image, and let's make the border radius 40 pixel. And now let's go back to the images container, and from here let's first of all make it direction row to place it horizontally. Now if you notice, this image is cut in half like this. So we just achieved this layout by using this calc function. So basically what is happening here, first of all, we are making this container 100% in here with the first number. Then we are adding this 180 pixel. So overall this container's width is 100% plus 180 pixel. So the container is going more to the right because it's more than 100%. Alright. For example, if we remove this 180 pixel and let's make it 0 pixel, you see it's being normal. So this is how basically it works. And now let's go back to the call to, and here, as I told you, we have some work left here. So I'm gonna make this width also this custom width, and in here I'm gonna also use the calc function. So first of all, let's type calc bracket 100%, then minus 180 pixel and bracket. So basically the calc here is balancing this other calc on this container. So in this images container, it's 100 plus 180 pixel, and on this call to, it's 100% minus 180 pixel. So we are doing to keep the balance on the whole right side container. Alright, you don't have to understand this so deeply. You can just follow my step to achieve this diverse layouting. Alright, then I'm gonna close this images container, and after this container I'm gonna add a text widget, this text editor widget, and I'm gonna drop it just like this. Now let's change the text, then let's go to style, and as you can see, this is selected as the text. In here we have added the color in the global settings, and also in the typography it's text, and everything is perfectly fitted here. Now let's go to the advanced tab and use the custom width. Let's make it 500 to make it like this. Then after this text, I want to add a button which will be exactly same this button. So from here we can just copy this button, and in here after this text we can just paste it, and it will be exactly the same button, but in here just change the title to this. And now our about section is finished very easily. Now only thing we have to do is make it responsive. So turn on the responsive mode, and in here we have this new option as we added in the global option. So let's check the laptop mode now. In the laptop mode everything's perfect, but we can little bit work on this text as this is looking very big in the tablet mode. So let's select this. We can go to style tab and make it little bit smaller, and also this one, the style, make it like 30 pixel, and it will be very nice. Alright, so we are good with the laptop mode. Now let's go to the tablet mode. Now in here we have to work. So first of all, let's start with the main about section. First of all, I'm gonna make the gaps 50, then I'm gonna make this wrap. Then under the advanced tab I'm gonna make the bottom margin 100, then padding on the right 30 and on the left 30. Then in the call one I'm gonna make it 100%. Then let's select the text, and in here we can make it 90 pixel, and it's good. Now let's work on the call to, and in here I'm gonna remove this custom width and make it percent. Then I'm gonna just make it 100%. Then let's grab the heading, and here let's type 36. Then I'm gonna grab this images container, and here we have to edit the calc a little bit. So first of all, let's type the calc 100 plus, and now I'm gonna make it 11.2 VW, which means viewport width, and then I'm gonna close it with the bracket, and it will be like this. Then we have this text. In here we will decrease the custom width. In here we will make the custom width 518, and it will be perfect like this. And our about section, the tablet mode, will be perfect. Then finally let's check the mobile mode. In here first of all I'm gonna grab the about section, and here in the margin I'm gonna make it 35, 80, and on the padding 20 on the right, 20 on the left. Then everything is good. We just have to grab the texts and decrease the font sizes. So here I'm gonna make it 26, and this one let's make it 90 pixel, and then we have this, let's make this 26, and we can select this icon, and here we can decrease the margin on the bottom like 20 pixel, and here let's keep the -8. Then I'm gonna select the images container again. Then on the custom width I'm gonna type calc bracket 100% plus, and this time only 50 pixel, or we can just keep it 0 and close it, because we don't need to cut the image in the mobile mode anymore. Alright, then finally we can grab this button and we can make the font size a little bit smaller, like 14 pixel, and in the mobile mode everything will be perfect for About Us. So we can say we have completed our About section. Now let's go ahead and make our next section. So let's take a new container in here and let's drag this custom code down, and I'm gonna rename this choose section. Then I'm gonna make this full width, then direction row, and wrap. Then under this tile I'm gonna take a background image as a background. So I'm gonna select this gradient image for the background. It's called shop-back. Select this, and then I'm gonna make the position center, repeat, no repeat, then display size cover. Then under the advanced tab I'm gonna unlink the padding, and on the top 100 pixel, 60 pixel, 120 and 60 pixel. Then inside let's add a heading, and let's change the heading, and then from the style let's make this alignment center. And then color, I'm gonna click on this earth icon and select this new global color, and we're having this color. Then in the typography I'm gonna make this 13 pixel, then keep it 500, and line height let's make it EM, then 1.55, then later spacing 3 pixel. Then I'm gonna go under the advanced tab, and from here first of all let's unlink and add 40 pixel on the bottom on the margin, and then under the width I'm gonna select this full width 100%, and it will be like this. Then after this I'm gonna add a container like this. Then I'm gonna rename this container card. Then let's make it full width, and in the width again we're gonna use the calc. So instead of typing, we're already having the calc in here. Let's just copy it and paste it here, and let's just change the content. So here first of all, instead of 100% I'm gonna make it 25%. Then I'm gonna make it minus instead of the plus. Then here I'm gonna change this to 60 pixel, and then after this I'm gonna leave a space and type divide 4, because we're gonna have 4 of this card in this container. So it works like this. So basically this choose section has 100% of width, and inside that we are having 4 cards, so 4 divide 100 is 25%. We are just doing minus 60 pixel according to our design, and we are dividing it with 4. So overall you will get like this. Okay, now let's add the min height 450 pixel, then gaps 30. Then from style tab I'm gonna make the background fully white, FFF. Then let's open the border, and border solid, then border width 1 pixel, then border color DF E4 E1, then border radius 40 pixel. Then I'm gonna make the padding 50 pixel on all the sides. So now inside this let's add a heading, and let's change the heading, paste. Then under the style tab it's already primary. Then on the typography I'm gonna select this H4, the custom font we have just made, and it will be like this. But inside it let's just make it the weight 500, and it will be like this. So we have just made the weight little bit bolder. Then after this heading I'm gonna add a text editor. Let's change the text, and this text is already styled for the global color. This is text and this is also text. So in the advanced tab I'm gonna just add 10 pixel margin on the bottom. Then after this text I'm gonna add an icon widget. Then I'm gonna select the icon through this upload SVG, and I'm gonna select this image, insert media, and we'll have this. Then under the style tab let's make the size 80 pixel, and also let's make the alignment to the left to make it left. Then under the style tab make the margin 0, and on the bottom minus 6 pixel. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this cart container, and I'm just gonna keep duplicating this. Let's keep duplicate until we get 4 of them, And now we are having 4 cards inside this section. Now only thing we have to do is change the contents on each cards. Only we have to change the content and text. So first of all, start with this, then this. I'm just gonna paste all the text and also this icon. I'm gonna select this icon for it. Then we have the third one. Let's change the text. Then we have the paragraph, then icon of the third one. I'm gonna select this one. Then finally this text. Then this. And the last icon. I'm gonna select this. Alright, now we are having different text with different icon. And now we can notice one thing here, that this icon is showing like zigzag because of the text length. Like this text is long, that's why the icon is here, and this text is short, that's why this icon is on the top. So to fix that, we can select this text editor, and under the advanced settings we have this size option. Just click on this custom and it will add flex grow 1 and flex shrink 1. We cannot notice anything here because this text is already long. So if we apply that same thing on this text, it will become like this. Like this text is using as much height as possible. Alright, so it's just pushing the icon all the way to the bottom. So let's select this and do the same. Turn on the custom on the size and the last one. And now it is perfect. All the icon is in same order. Now we have to make it responsive. So making this one responsive will be really easy. So let's turn on the responsive mode. And first of all, on the laptop mode. In the laptop mode, we can see it needs some work. So first of all, I'm gonna grab this choose section. Then under the advanced tab, first of all, I'm gonna unlink this padding. Then on the top, let's keep it 100. And on the right, let's make it 30. Then on the bottom, 120 pixel. Then on the left, 30 pixel. And then I'm gonna select the each cards. Then from the advanced tab, I'm gonna make the padding. Let's make it 22 pixel. And then select the other card and do the same. 22. I'm gonna decrease the padding on all the cards. And it will be like this. And it's looking much better. But one thing we also can do is select this and decrease the font size a little bit, like 27 is good. Also in the card, let's select this, and under the layout, let's make the gap a little bit lower, like 25 pixel, and the card is looking much better. And now do the same with all the items. 27. Gaps 25. Gaps 25. Font size 27. And the last one. Alright, now we are done with this laptop mode and it's looking pretty good. Alright, now let's go to the tablet mode. First of all, in the tablet mode, let's make this text 13 pixel, and then let's select the single card. And in the tablet mode, I'm gonna make the gaps back to 30 pixel. Then here, let's edit the calc function here a little bit. So let's type calc 100% minus, and this time instead of 25%, I'm gonna add 50%. Then minus 10 pixel and bracket. So it will be like this. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this whole calc and I'm gonna paste the calc in this like this. So what is happening? I just made this percentage 50% instead of the 25 because it was 4 cards in a row. Now in a row there is 2 cards. So in 100% width, we are fitting this 50% and this 50% together. So that's how it works. Now I'm gonna select each card again. Then under the advanced tab, I'm gonna make the padding 40 because we are now having much space than the laptop mode in the tablet mode. Alright, so let's do the same for every one of them. First of all, gap here 30, then padding 40. Also for this 30 and 40. Then the last one, and we are good. So everything is looking good in the tablet mode. Now let's go to the mobile mode. In here the job is very easy. So first of all, let's make this stubborn text small to 30 pixel, or we can actually make it even smaller, like 12 pixel, to fit it in this screen. Then I'm gonna select each cards and I'm gonna make the padding 30 pixel to all of the cards. And now one more thing, let's select this main choose section, and here in the padding I'm gonna unlink first, then I'm gonna type 70, 20, 70 and 20 pixel, and now it will be all perfect in the mobile mode. And let's check back the tablet mode, and one thing, we can just make this padding a little bit lower, like 80 pixel on the top, then 30, 80 on the bottom, and 30. Perfect. So now this choose section is 100% responsive. Now let's close this responsive bar. And now I'm gonna do one final thing with these cards. So first of all, let's select one card here, and I want to add a nice hover effects on the cards here. So for that we have a simple code in the JFD website. So from here you will find this choose as section CSS. From here just copy this little code and paste the code inside the custom code, and in here leave some space, and before this style tag paste that code. And now let's go back and copy this box item CSS class under this choose as section CSS class, copy and go back to the card, and under the CSS classes just paste it. And now see what happens. If I hover the mouse over it, it moves a little bit to the top. And let's copy this CSS class and paste the class to all the cards. Alright, now all together we'll get this nice hover effect, which is looking really amazing. So with this, our choose section is fully completed. Now if you want, you can create the whole website in this way step by step, but you see it's a bit time consuming. And I know you are a dentist, your time is precious. So I'm providing you with some pre-made files, but still, if you want to learn every ins and outs about Elementor, we have Elementor design masterclasses. Those are 4 to 5 hours long. You will find them on our YouTube channel. By following them, you can create any kind of design or layout yourself, just like a professional designer. But in this tutorial, my goal is to help you create a professional dentist website as fast as possible without consuming so much time. And now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna actually delete all of the section we have just created. So we have this banner section, about section, that's choose section. I'm gonna delete these one by one like this. And I'm gonna also delete this custom code. And now again our canvas is fully empty, we have nothing here. And now I'm gonna import the whole home page. So let's click on this folder icon and it will open the templates library. From here you can just use many templates, which is premium, only comes with Elementor Pro, but we don't need this, we have our own templates. So I'm gonna click on this upload icon, and in this field we have to import our template. So the question is where you get the template, right? If you have downloaded the resource file where you have the images folder and the templates folder, we know what is in the images folder, all the images. And now in this templates folder, you can see we are having so many templates. These are all pre-made templates, and you can import these templates into your WordPress or Elementor. So now I'm gonna import this home page. So I'm just gonna drag this home page into here and just click continue from here. And the template is uploaded and stored in this My Templates tab. So from here we just have to click on this insert button and apply. And after importing, we just do some simple settings, like go to settings here From here, first of all, let's make it Elementor Canvas. And now we will have all of our sections that we have created from scratch. This banner section, this about section, and this choose section. But that's not it. We will have so many other sections after this. So you're getting 7 sections as a bonus. Here every section, every content is customizable, so you can just make it your own. Change any text like this, change any heading, any text, any color of any section from here. For example, from here you want to change your dentist name, so you can click on this and simply, from here you can change it. Like this. Or you can change any image from here. Then also you can change the link of the button. So you can say everything, every section is yours. But here we are having this latest news, which is our blog section. For now there is no blogs, or this is empty. We are gonna work little bit on this section after we make our blog section on the separate page. So we will just come back here. So since we are having all the section in our home page, what are we still missing? Yes, it's header and footer. We are not having the header on the top and footer on the bottom. So now I'm gonna go back to the dashboard. Then I'm gonna make some pages, empty pages. Then I'm gonna put those pages on the header as a link. So let's go ahead and do it practically. First of all, let's update this page. Then click on this hamburger icon. From here, click on this exit. And we're back to here. From here, just click on this WordPress icon. And we will be in our pages. So in the pages right now, we are having the home page only that we are working on. Now I'm gonna click on this add new page to add another page. In here, I'm gonna add the about us page. About us. Now I'm just gonna publish this page. Publish. Then I'm gonna go back. Then I'm gonna add another page. Services. Then publish. Then go back. Actually, currently we are not going inside this page that we are adding because we are not working right now in the page. We're just adding the empty pages to show this page's links on the header, so we can easily navigate through the pages using the header. So let's just keep adding the pages. Then I'm gonna add the blog page now. Go back. And I'm gonna add the contact page. And then I'm gonna add a page which will be our doctors. Then publish. Then I'm gonna add price guide. Alright, publish. Then lastly, I'm gonna add appointment, publish. And now we're having all these pages, but except the home page, every one of them are empty. And now to create our menu, we have to hover on this appearance, and under the appearance, click on this menus. Then in this page, let's focus on this area. This is menu structure. In here, you have to choose a name. You can choose anything. I'm just making it main menu. Alright. Now ignore everything from here. Just click on this create menu. Our menu is created. So now let's focus on this pages here, this area. In here, if you click on this view all, you can see all the pages we have created, like home, about us, appointment, blog, all the pages in our pages section. Okay. Now from here, I'm gonna click on this select all to select all of these, and I'm gonna click on this add to menu, and all will be added to the menu. From here, you can rearrange the links, like you can drag and drop this about us page after this blog page, or you can drag this appointment page before this about us page. So it's pretty simple to rearrange the links. I'm gonna make it like this. First home, then we have services, then I'm gonna put the about us, then the contact, and then I'm gonna put the blog after the contact. And by the way, we can see we're having two home pages. One is this, one is this. So this is the real one. As we can see here is Elementor text, and this is the custom link. We're just gonna remove this custom link one. So from here, remove. And I'm gonna drag this home all the way to the up. And let's close it. Alright. Now, what we're gonna do with these three appointment, our doctors, and pricing guide, we're actually gonna put these three links under this about us page. So how you can do that? Let's drag this our doctors after the about us page. Then I'm gonna drag this a little bit on the right side like this and drop it here. And it is now tagged as the sub item, or this is a sub link of this about us link. And I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna drag this pricing guide here and the appointment link here. So basically under this about us page, we're gonna see three drop down links. Okay. Now I'm just gonna simply save the menu by clicking this button. Now we have created our menu, and now finally we're gonna add our header and the footer. And now here this Elements kit comes into use. So if you hover here, you'll see many options. From here, just click on this header footer. And you will see a onboarding from that plugin Elements kit. Just you can click next and next to skip all these, and finally click save changes. Now we will be here. From here, just click on this header footer again. Now we are having this page. We can just close this alert. And now we can add any template by clicking on this add new button. And from here we have to choose a title. We can name it anything, like I'm just gonna put header. Then make sure you select the type header, not footer, and keep these conditions to entire site. And then turn on this active deactive on, so it will be active. Now first save the changes, and after saving the changes, open it again and click on this edit content. And it will take us to the Elementor page builder, and it will be empty. Now here you can actually make anything you like using the Elementor page builder, but we're not gonna make the header from scratch. We're just gonna import our header, as we are having the header template in our templates folder or the resource file. So here you already know how to import any template. Click here and just drop the header.json file. Continue. And we're having this header template. Just insert it. And here our header will be loaded, but just click on this Elements kit nav menu, and under the select menu, select our main menu we have just created from the menus. And after selecting this, we are now having our amazing header on the top. On the left side, we have the DentalX logo. Then with that, we are having the exact links: home, services, about us, contact, blog, every links we have just created. And under this about us, we are having the sub menus or sub links, which is this. Then on the right side, we are having some contact information and a book a visit button. And of course, you can change anything like the logo, the text, menus color, font size, everything after importing the template. So basically you are having a base structure of the header, which you can fully customize and make it as you like. Alright, now I'm just gonna update this page, and let's go back. Then under the template, we are having this header. Now we have to add our footer, and from here let's go back to the header footer, and here we just added the header inside our header template. And now we're gonna have to add our footer. So let's click on add new, and here I'm just gonna rename this footer and select the type footer and keep everything as it is. Just active this toggle option. Save changes. Now open this again and edit content. In here you already know what to do. Just go to templates and upload the footer from the resource file, this footer.json. Then insert this footer, and instantly we're gonna have a nice footer in this page. On this footer also, everything is 100% customizable. You can change any text color, images, icon, everything is in your hand. And the great part is this footer is 100% responsive. So you don't have to make it responsive for laptop, tablet, or mobile mode. Alright, now let's update and go back to our dashboard. So we just created our header and footer inside this Elements Kits templates, right? But if we go to our pages and in here, let's view this home page. Click on the view. And here we can see we're not having any header or footer, right? So let's go back and open this home page with the Elementor. So click on this edit with Elementor. And now click on this settings icon. And until now we were having the page layout Elementor canvas. Now I want you to select this Elementor full width. And after making it Elementor full width, now we are having our header on the top and our footer on the bottom. And everything is fully responsive on the laptop, tablet, and mobile mode. Also on the header, if you go to tablet or mobile mode, you get this hamburger icon. By clicking this, you get all the links on the sidebar like this. So on the smaller screens, this is super useful. So basically you don't have to add header and footer on each page you will create. The header and footer is global. Doesn't matter how many pages you make, you will always have the header and the footer on the page. So now let's go ahead and make our About Us page. So let's exit from here, but before let's update. Then I'm gonna click on this exit. And from here, let's open the About Us page. Then I'm gonna edit this with Elementor. And as you can see, we're having the header and the footer. But whenever you create a page, make sure you make the page layout Elementor full width, so there won't be any extra content or text. And now here in the About page, I'm just gonna import the About Us sections. So from here, let's click on this folder icon and I'm gonna upload the template. Inside our resources folder, we have this About Us JSON template, so I'm just gonna drag and drop. Continue. And finally, let's insert this. And here we will get our full About page with all the sections. Everything is fully customizable. Okay, so now the About Us page is yours. Now let's update this and let's go back to the dashboard and we'll just make our other pages. After About Us, I'm gonna open the services page. Let's open it with Elementor as well. Then make sure you do this Elementor full width. And then let's just upload a template. And I'm gonna upload this template. Services page. And let's insert this. And we're having the services page as well, with all the new sections, and these are looking pretty nice. And in here, basically these cards are the single services. These all cards are the services, alright? Now what we want here, we want separate pages for each of the services. For example, this gum care, then oral surgery. We will create the pages called gum care, oral surgery, emergency, dentistry, and all. And then we will insert a link of the page inside this text here in this page. So whenever you click on this text from here, it will take you on the single services page. For example, there will be oral surgery separate page. Alright, so let's update this one and go back to our dashboard to create single services pages. So I'm not gonna create all the services pages at once. First of all, I'm gonna create one page first. So let's add the page. In here, let's rename this page oral surgery. Then let's publish. And I'm just gonna open this page, this oral surgery page, in the Elementor. And of course, let's make it Elementor full width. And now for this single services page, we have also the template, this single service. So from here, let's import the template. First of all, let's upload it. Then let's insert. And we get the single services page. In here, you have a detailed section for the single service. From here, we're just gonna make this oral surgery because this page is dedicated for the oral surgery. Now let's update. And also in here you can edit this services. You can make it as you like by changing the text from here like this. And by clicking on this link, you can also navigate to the other services pages. Making all the services page, we can just put the link inside here. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to the dashboard, but let's update and let's exit. Now I'm gonna create another services page. So mainly we're gonna have two single services page. So this one I'm gonna make it gum care and publish, then edit with Elementor, and let's make it full width. And here let's just import the service page from the template, this single service. And here we can just change the name, gum care, and also we can change it here. For the first one it was oral surgery, then the second one is gum care. And one thing in the single service page, in this section we can see there is only a heading here, and here we can see there is a widget which is made form. So basically we're gonna have a form here, but I'm not doing or showing you the form right now. I'm gonna show you the form right after we start creating our form step by step from the contact page. So it will be easier to understand how the form works. So we are just leaving it for now here. Now I'm going to show you how you can link this page, this single service page, into the services page. So first of all, let's update this and let's go back. So first of all, let's link this oral surgery service page. So let's click here and open this page like this. Then on the right side, you will find the URL for this page. So just copy this URL, you can click here, and just from here you can click here to open the page, and from the address bar you can just copy the link, or you can just copy it from here like this. Now after copying, let's go to our service page, the services page. So we have copied the link for oral surgery, so I'm gonna click on this text. Then for every text in the Elementor it has a link option. So in this link I'm just gonna paste the URL we have just copied, and now let's update. Now if we close the panel and let's click on this text now. Now let's preview the changes. Click here, and now if we click on this oral surgery text, you see it takes us to the single services page, which is dedicated for this oral surgery. So basically from the services page, with all of these links, you can go to a specific page. Then also we have made this gum care page. So let's go to the dashboard, and we have this gum care. Just open it and copy the link from here. Then just in the services page, paste the link on the gum care text. That's it. And in the preview mode, let's refresh. And now we are having the link in the gum care, and it takes you to the gum care page, and that's great. And now you know how to link any page to a specific button or text. So here basically we link the page or associated the page with this heading text. Now if you want, you can actually link the page on the button as well. So here just paste the link of the page, and if I update, and from now if you click on this button, it will take you to that specific page again. Alright, it's very simple. So for now I'm just leaving this gum care and oral surgery page. If you want, you can just make all pages for these specific services and link that page into these headings. It's very easy. Just create a single service page and import the template, and the section will be ready like this. But it will take a little bit time, and I don't want to show you any repetitive stuff that is already easy for you, because it will take unnecessary time of yours. So I'm just moving ahead, and let's make new things. I'm gonna make new things now. So let's go back to the dashboard. So basically we're done with our services page and single services. Now we're gonna work on our contact page. So let's open this and open it with Elementor. And also let's make it full width. Oops, not canvas. Let's make it full width. And now what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna import the whole section for the contact, but I'm gonna show you how you can create the contact form step by step. So let's open the library and first of all upload the template. So for the contact page, we have this contact page.json file. Just upload it. And I'm just gonna insert it. And in here, we're gonna have a very nice contact page like this with all the beautiful sections. But here, we can see there is a big gap here. In here, we're gonna make our contact form. So as you can see, this is our made form. It came after importing the template. So first of all, I'm just gonna delete this because I want to show it from scratch. So first of all, we're having a simple section here, right? So I'm just gonna turn on the navigator. Here, this is the section. Inside this, we have an image and some contents like heading and text editor. So after this, I'm gonna go to widgets and let's search made form. And this widget is from the plugin we have installed in the dashboard, which is called made form plugin. And I told you this plugin is used for creating contact forms. So this is the made form widget we want. So let's drag and drop it after the text. And currently we're having it like this. And now if you select this made form, on the left side, you can see this is how it looks. So from here, we just have to click on this edit form. And from here, select this new, because we're gonna create a new form. So here you can just rename your form anything you like. I'm just gonna type contact form because this form is in our contact. Now after renaming this, make sure you select this blank template. Then let's click on this edit form. And you see how it opens a pop-up with the Elementor page builder. So inside this, you can actually make anything you like. And on the left side, if you notice, we are having this made form. And under this, we have all the things, all the item you can possibly add in a form, like submit button, text, email, number, date, everything. So first of all, I'm gonna take a container. If you scroll down, you will find this container, and I'm gonna add it here. Then I'm gonna make this container direction row. Then I'm gonna make the wrap. Then inside the container, I'm gonna go to widgets and I'm gonna take this text widget in here. So we're gonna have some options like this. So first of all, inside the label, which is this text, I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna make it your message, because in this input I want to type the message. I'm gonna make this your name, because inside this input I want the visitors to enter their name. So right now inside the input it says text. We can change it by using this placeholder. So here you can just type your name and it will be here, and when you type in this input, that will be gone. So that is working like a placeholder. So actually for our design, we don't need any placeholder. We're gonna keep our input fully empty, and we're just gonna use the label for this. And now let's style our input. So first of all, let's go to the style tab. In here, I'm gonna go to the typography and I'm gonna make the font size 13 pixel. Then weight 400, and I'm gonna make the transform uppercase. Then line height, let's make it EM, and then 1.555. Then on the latest spacing, I'm gonna type 3, and it will be like this. Then we have the margin here. I'm gonna unlink first, and on the bottom I'm gonna type 8. And now I'm gonna open the input drop down from here, and inside here we are having this typography. From here I'm gonna make the font size 15 pixel, then font weight 500, then line height 1.75 em, and we have this padding. In the padding I'm gonna unlink first, then 13, 25, 13 and 25 pixel. Then I'm gonna keep the input color fully black, so it will be like this. And then we have this border type. I'm gonna make it classic. Then on the color I'm gonna make it transparent, and this input will be transparent. Then I'm gonna turn on this border type solid. Then in the border I'm gonna make it 1, and on the border color DF E4 E1. Now we have typography for this input. So in here, first of all, I'm gonna make the font size 70 pixel, then font weight 400, and line height 1.75 em, and letter spacing just 0. After this, I'm gonna turn on this placeholder drop down. In here, first of all, on the typography, I'm gonna make it 12, then font weight 400, 15 pixel, and 500, then line height 1.75. Then on the letter spacing, I'm gonna actually delete this. So if you type, it's going to be like this. Then we have this border radius. I'm gonna make this 12 pixel to make this input a bit roundy. Now we can see our input is a bit too short. So under the advanced tab, we can use this custom width, and let's type here 45 to make it long like this. Alright, now we're having a nice single input. And now after this, we're gonna add an input which will be email input. So I'm gonna drag this email widget and paste it here. And first of all, now in the label, let's make it email, and from the placeholder, let's delete the text. And now the thing is, we don't want to redesign it or restyle on this input because we already styled this input. So I'm just gonna right click on this and copy, and I'm just gonna paste the style on this input, and this input will be exactly same as this one. This input is not using the 100% of the width, and we can see some empty space on the right side. So basically, to occupy 100% width, we simply could have add like 50% on the left side and 50% on the right side, right? But it's not working because we're using the wrap inside this container, and there is a reason to use the wrap. You will know next. So for now, I'm gonna make it 45 and 45. Alright, but one thing here, as you can see, these inputs are not using 100% weight of this container. So we can see there is some space on the right side. So what I'm gonna do is, under the advanced tab, I'm gonna use this size option and use this grow to fulfill the whole space. And also let's use the size inside this input as well. So size grow. And now it will have 50-50, 100% width all together. Alright, now I'm gonna go to widgets, and after this I'm gonna add a text editor. I'm gonna place it right after this input, and it will be on the bottom here because we are using the wrap property in this container. So if it doesn't have enough space on a same row, it just sends the other element to the bottom. Alright, so in the text editor, I'm gonna change the label. I'm gonna type your message because in this text area, people will type the messages. And also let's remove the placeholder. Now, once again, I'm gonna copy this first input and paste the style to this text area. And now this will be the same style as those other inputs. Now, under the advanced tab, first of all, I'm gonna make it 100%. And we can just remove this row because we're straightly using the 100% width. So it's good. So now we are having all the inputs perfect. Now in this form, we have to add one thing, which is the submit button, because filling all of the inputs, people will gonna click on the submit button. So we have the submit button here as a widget. So I'm just gonna drag it, and we can put it here, and the submit button will be here. Now I'm gonna change the text here. I'm gonna type submit message, because the main goal of this contact form is send the message or submit the message. So the end button will be submit message. Now let's work on the styling of this submit button. First of all, I'm gonna go to style tab, and on the padding, first of all, I'm gonna unlink the values. Then I'm gonna type 15, then 35, 15, and 35 pixel. Then I'm gonna select the typography, our accent global. Now I'm gonna make the button's text color the primary color. Then I'm gonna make the background color. Let's type CV F2 FE, and we're gonna have this color. Then I'm gonna click on this hover. In the hover, we're having currently the hover effect like this, but I'm gonna make it first of all white here. Then on the background type, I'm gonna make it secondary. So on the hover, the button will be like this. Alright. Then we have this border drop down. I'm gonna open it. Then in the border radius, I'm gonna make it 12 pixel. And then we can notice under this button, we are having a slight shadow. So let's open this shadow, and in here, I'm just gonna make it fully transparent because we don't want the shadow here. Alright, now with this, our submit button will be perfect. And now I'm gonna show you something on the inputs. So let's click on this your name input and let's scroll down a bit, and under the settings we have this required. If you turn this on, your text will have this little star icon, which means this input is required. So in order to proceed or submit the message, you have to fill up these inputs. So this is required, and email will be obviously required. So I'm just going to turn on this required, and messages I'm going to turn on required. Alright, and now we are done with our contact form inside the made form. Now I'm gonna click on this update and close, and we can see we are having the form inside our contact pages section, and it's looking super nice in here. You can type messages, and if you notice one thing, it also has an error message. For example, you didn't put this name and click on the submit button, and this error message will be shown. But right now this error message is looking hideous. So I'm gonna just go back in the made form, edit made form, and select this contact form, and let's click on this edit form, and it will reopen the contact form. Then inside this I'm gonna go to style, and we see we are having this error text typography. So from here, right now it is so big, like 56 pixel. I'm just gonna make it 12, and also for this one 12 pixel. And by the way, also you can change the warning color, like it's currently red. There is two type of error text. One is required indicator color, other one is warning text color. So you can just change the colors, but I'm gonna keep it as it is. And finally, on this text area in the style, make the warning text 12 pixel. Now I'm just gonna update and close it. And now if we try to bring the error message, now it's perfect. Alright, so that's how you can easily create a contact form inside Elementor. So that's how you can easily create a form using Elementor and made form. So the thing is, until now we were doing the design part of this form. Now I'm gonna show you the important functional part of it. So let's click on it and let's open the made form. And now click on this form settings on the top. But you can see when I'm clicking on this, it's not opening the settings and everything is becoming dark like this. So basically it's a glitch, and usually it does not happen, but sometimes it can be like this. The reason for this is sometimes made form plugin conflicts with other plugins. Although the made form is a powerful plugin, but sometimes things can happen. If it also happens on your case, you can just deactivate the plugin temporarily, and after doing some settings we can simply activate again. So in the dashboard we have plugins. Let's go to the plugins. This conflict actually normally caused by this JEG Elementor Kit. So if you just deactivate this JEG Elementor Kit for now and go back to the contact page and refresh this, let's go to the made form here and edit form. And now if you click on this form settings, you can see the setting pop-up is opening. In here you have all the settings for this form. So basically we're keeping this JEG Elementor Kit deactivated until we finish settings on this made form. Alright, now let's focus on the settings on the made form. So first of all, in the general you get some basic settings like title of this contact form. This is currently contact form. Then we have the success message. The success message is the message. You get this message after clicking on the submit button. Alright, then we have this required login option. If you turn this on, then without login, user cannot submit the form. User must be logged in to your service. I'm just gonna keep it no. From here you can capture user browser data and everything, and many more useful settings. And now let's check the other tabs on this confirmation. In this tab, you can set up the confirmation email, and confirmation email is the email that your user gets after submitting a form. And this email is automatic. You just set up everything in here, like from which email the message will go, then a thank you message your user will get. So basically you can automate your confirmation email using these settings, which is great. Now this is the notification. This notification is used to send a submission copy to admin by email. If you turn this on, your admin will get an email of what your user has submitted. And in this mail too, you can set up your email address, that on which email address you want the notification to. And here you can just leave an admin note. Like you can type your email address like this, and if you want you can add a comma, and you can add more email address like another email at example.com, and this notification will be sent to these both emails. And here you can add the email address that from which email the admin will get the email or the notification. And also we have this email replay too. Here you can set up the email available for replay. Alright, and here you can just put an admin note. Then finally we have this integration tab. In here you have some advanced tab like HubSpot forms, MailChimp. With the MailChimp you can actually store the emails you get from your users. And also we have other things here, but this confirmation and this notification is the most important and useful thing in your form settings. Alright, so to summarize, this confirmation settings is used to create an automation that sends an email to your visitor after they submit their form on the contact form or any of your form. And the notification settings is used to send an email with a submission copy of your users. Alright, so these are the settings you must know to make your contact form or any of your form functional. Alright, now I'm gonna close this form settings and I'm gonna update and close. Now that our form settings is done, now I'm gonna go back to the plugins and we can simply just reactivate this JK Elementor kit. So click on the activate and this is activated. Alright, now let's go back here. Alright, so we are done with our contact page. Now we have every section we need for our contact page and we just created this contact form step by step. Now before moving ahead to the new pages, I want to go back to the About Us page. Because if you remember, in the About Us page we had a form but we did not import that or added that. Because first I wanted to show you how to create a form step by step like this, and now after showing you how to create a form, I'm just gonna import the form to the pages. So first of all, I have left the form in the About Us page. So let's go to Pages and About Us. And let's scroll down. And right here, we have left a form in this area. And in the About Us page, if you scroll down, so in this area, you will find a made form after this text. This one is the made form as you can see. From here, click on this edit form and let's click on this new to create a new form. And here I'm gonna type About Us because this is in our About Us page. Now let's click on this edit form. Now in the made form, we can also import any template by using this add template. So let's click here and I'm gonna upload a new template. Alright, and now in our resource file in the templates, you will find this forms folder. Inside that, you have all the templates only for forms. So we need this one right now, which is made form - about us form. So I'm just gonna upload this and here. And here we get this About Us form. Then I'm gonna insert. And we have our form loaded. Now I'm gonna just update and close. And now in this section, we are having a form. And not just the About page, we have left a form on another page as well. So that is, if you go to the dashboard, first let's update this About Us page. Now let's exit. And we have also left the form in the single services pages. Like this gum care is a single services page. This oral surgery is a single services page. So let's go to one of them first. And in this area, book consultation, we have a nice little form. So in here you can see we're having a made form. Just in here, let's edit. And I'm gonna click on new. And I'm gonna rename this book consultation form. And I'm gonna edit the form. And in here, I'm just gonna go to templates and upload a template. And in our files, we have this book a consultation. I'm gonna upload this one. And we have this here and just insert. And this one will be loaded. Now I'm gonna update and close. And now inside the book a consultation, we will have a form. Alright, now let's update this page. And since we have two single pages, so I'm just gonna go to the single page, this oral surgery one, and here I'm just gonna also import that form. Keep it this and edit form, and here you can see it's already having this template because the book a consultation form is already created and this template is uploaded within the form. So I'm just gonna update and close, and after this form will be loaded in this page. Now let's update the page and go back to the dashboard. Alright, so in our pages we have imported templates almost in every pages. Only we have left this our doctor's pricing guide and appointment page. So currently these are empty. Now let's go ahead and import templates into this. So let's edit and open this with Elementor. And of course let's make the page layout Elementor full width. Then I'm gonna import. So in our templates, for this page we have this template, our doctor page. Let's upload it, and from here I'm gonna insert this. So this is our doctor page. This is looking pretty nice, and of course this is under the About Us page. And next in the About Us page we have this price guide. Now let's update this and go ahead import the other templates. Price guide Elementor. Let's make it Elementor full width, and finally for the price guide we have this. So let's upload this price guide page and let's import this or insert. Let's click insert. Alright, we have the price guide page. Cool. Update, and then we're gonna be adding templates inside this appointment page. So let's go to the dashboard and let's open the appointment in the Elementor page builder. Under the settings, let's make the canvas Elementor full width and import a new template. Upload this appointment, and this is basically the appointment page. This is how it looks. Now let's update this page and let's go to dashboard. Alright, now basically no page is empty right here. Everything has content inside this. But we're missing a very important page, which is blog page. So this is the page we're gonna be working on right now. So let's open the blog and then let's edit this with Elementor. So basically we're gonna be creating our blog page step by step. We're not just gonna import the page. So first of all, let's make the page layout Elementor full width, and in this page I'm gonna add a simple banner. Then after that we're gonna be making our posts. So first of all, let's take a container and let's just rename this container page banner. Then I'm gonna make the min height 370 pixel and direction column, then justify content center and align items left, and I'm gonna make the wrap. Then under this style I'm gonna make the background. I'm gonna choose an image. You will find this image, it's called headline -11, and let's select this one. Then I'm gonna make the position center, then repeat, no repeat, and display size cover. Then under the advanced tab I'm gonna align the padding, then on the right 30 and left 30. Then inside this I'm gonna add a heading widget. Then let's change the text. I'm just gonna type blog page. Then under this style we can see everything is set as the primary. Keep it as it is. Then after this heading I'm gonna add a widget which is icon list. Let's drag and drop this. Then from here, first of all, 3 icon lists. So first of all I'm gonna delete this and keep it 1. Then in here I'm gonna remove the icon first, then I'm gonna change the text. I'm gonna make it home. Then I'm gonna add other item, and inside that item I'm gonna make the text /. Then I'm gonna remove the icon. Then I'm gonna add another. In here I'm gonna make it blog page and remove the icon, and it will be like this. Then first of all let's open the home. Then inside link search home and select the home page. Then open the blog page, and in the link search blog and select the blog. So by adding this, our visitor will be able to easily navigate through the pages. Alright, now I'm gonna go to style tab and let's style this and make it look good. So first of all, in the space between I'm gonna make it 8. Then let's open the text, and in the typography I'm gonna make it 14 pixel, then font weight 500, and I'm gonna remove this line height. And here I'm gonna make the color text color. And one thing, go back to content, and under the layout let's make it inline to make it like this. So this is basically our banner for the inner pages. Alright, and now we're gonna be making our blog archive section. So let's take a container, and I'm gonna rename this container blog archive. Then let's make this blog archive direction column, and under the advanced tab let's unlink the padding, and on the top 120 pixel, 30, 60 and 30 pixel. Oops, here let's fix the right, let's make it 30 and good. Now inside this I want to add a widget which is search post, and you will find this widget which is from Elementor, and let's drag and drop. So this is a widget which shows multiple posts or blogs all in one place. So currently we're not having any post, but we're having just a demo post which is this hello world. But after designing this single post, we're gonna create more posts on our dashboard, then come back here and you'll see those posts will be loaded here automatically. So first of all, in here I'm gonna select this style 2. So basically I want the post style like this. You can choose any style from here, for example this one. So I'm gonna keep this style 2. Then this element order, I'm gonna delete this meta and this excerpt, and we'll just keep this title and read more, and scroll down a little bit and turn off this category. Then under this column I'm gonna make it 3, so it will be basically 3 columns. That means on each row there will be 3 posts. Then under here we have many options like changing your icon positions, changing comment icons, changing author icons, date meta icons, and every options. But currently we're not having those item inside our posts, so I'm just gonna skip these options now. Then from here I'm gonna open this settings drop down. In here first of all I'm gonna make the number of posts 6. So in this section we'll get to see 6 posts, but to show 6 posts we have to make 6 posts. But doesn't matter if you have more than 6 posts, but in this widget you will get to see maximum of 6 posts because we are choosing the number of posts 6. Alright, now we're not gonna mess with anything. I'm just gonna go to the style tab and we're gonna make our post look nice. So first of all I'm gonna open this post item. Inside this I'm gonna keep the column gap 40. Then I'm gonna open the thumbnail. In here we have this border radius. I'm gonna use this and make 40 pixel to make the thumbnail of the post round. Then I'm gonna scroll down and open this category. Then inside this category I'm gonna open the typography. In here I'm gonna make it 12 pixel, and of course the font family open sans, then font weight 600 and transform uppercase. Then I'm gonna use the letter spacing 2 pixel. Then we have this text color for the category. In here I'm gonna make it A5, AE, A8. Alright, after this I'm gonna open this title. Then first of all I'm gonna unlink the margin, and on the bottom I'm gonna add 40%. So basically we are editing this title with this title drop down, and I have just added 40 pixel margin on the bottom. Then I'm gonna open the title normal typography. In here let's select open sans, then font size 30 pixel, then font weight 500, and line height select EM, then 1.25, and letter spacing 0. After this I'm gonna open this read more, which is this button. Then first of all I'm gonna make the padding 0, and let's open the typography. Let's make it open sans, then size 16 pixel and weight 600 and letter spacing 0. Then keep the icon spacing 5 and icon size 15 pixel. Then we have this normal background under here. I'm gonna turn on this background type, and in here as a color I'm gonna actually make it fully transparent, and this button will be transparent. Then we have the normal color this is the color for the text. I'm gonna make this the primary color. And now on the hover, I'm gonna make the hover color the secondary color. And on hover, it will be like this. Nice. And after this, I'm gonna open this post meta, and on the typography, I'm gonna select this H4 33 pixel. Alright. And now we can do actually one thing. You scroll down and open this thumbnail. Then on the margin, I'm gonna add 20 pixel on the bottom. So we have just styled our blog archive page or the blog archive section. Now it's time to make our post in the dashboard. So let's update it first and let's go to the dashboard. So to create post, you have to go to the post option from here. So in here, as we can see, this is the hello world post that we were having in our blog archive page. So this is the only post currently we have. So first of all, I'm gonna delete this post. Let's click on this trash and it will be removed from here. Now let's click on this add new post. And this page actually looks like the page creation area. So here we can add the post title. So here I'm just gonna paste my post title, which is this. And on the right side, we have many options like categories, tags, featured images, and all. So in here, let's add some categories for our posts. So let's click on this add new category. Then you can put the name here. Like I'm gonna add emergency dental care. Then click on this add new category. Then it will be added. Then let's create another category like children dentistry. Then like dental implants. Then let's add another one, general dentistry. Alright, so basically we're having these as the categories. So I choose this post as this children dentistry. So I'm just gonna deselect all of these except this children dentistry. Then we have featured image here. So you can choose any image for your post. Like this will be the thumbnail of your post. And from the images, I'm gonna choose this image with the name of blog 2-1. Now let's click on this set featured image and the image will load here. Now let's publish this post. And after publishing, let's edit this with Elementor. Then from here, first of all, I'm gonna go to settings and under the page layout, let's make the Elementor full width. And then I'm gonna import our full blog page. So let's upload, and in our file, we have this single blog. Let's just upload and let's insert this. And here you will get a nice single blog page. And here you will get a nice single blog page where you can put your text, write your text, change anything, any content, anywhere. And just in here, we have this made form. We're just gonna import it. So click on this edit form and I'm gonna click on new. Then I'm gonna keep it book consultation and click on edit. Then with the book consultation, this template comes. Now let's update and close. And this form will be loaded here. Alright, so basically this single blog page is 100% customizable. So you can change any images, text. You can just make your own post using this template. Alright, now let's just update. And now let's go back to the dashboard. So in the posts, we are currently having one single post, which is this. But we actually need multiple of them. So I'm just gonna quickly create more posts here. So let's add new post. And I'm just gonna paste my post title here. And then I'm gonna select a category. Let's select general dentistry. And under the featured image, let's select an image like this one. Alright, now let's publish this and open it with Elementor. And make it Elementor full width. And then you already know what to do. Just insert the single blog. And notice here, this is the image we are choosing as the featured image. So also from here, you can actually change the image. Alright, now let's update and let's go back to dashboard. Now we have two posts. Now let's add more. I'm gonna paste my title. Then let's select a category. Then let's choose a featured image. I'm gonna choose this one, and in the Elementor, let's import the template. Let's insert the single block. Right now we're having 3 posts. I want to add couple more, but these are being so repetitive, so I'm just gonna quickly do it and I'll just get back to you. Alright, now we have 6 posts and we have made our single post or single blog page for each of the posts. Now in our blog page, in the pages, if we click on this view, and here we can see we are having all of our posts in one place. And let's open this directly with the Elementor from here. And here, if you notice one thing, all these thumbnails or images are not full HD or high resolution. So simply click on this post blog, and from here under this image resolution, select the full. And all images or thumbnails will be crystal clear. Also in here, we don't need a thing which is this comments icon. So if you scroll down, you will find this comment icon. Just turn this off. And now this is our blog archive page. Also, let's check the responsiveness, how it looks in the responsive mode. So in the laptop mode, it's actually all good. Now in the tablet, we can work here a little bit. Just select the whole post, then go to the setting. In here and in tablet mode, the column is automatically 1, but we're gonna make it 2. So on the each row there will be 2 posts. And also one thing we can do is we can decrease the font size of these titles. So under this style tab, let's open the title, and in here let's just make it 24 pixel and it should look good. Now let's check the mobile mode, and from the mobile mode under the content, we're gonna make the column 1 and it will be good. But let's select the blog archive, and under the advanced tab, let's edit the padding. On the top 60, then 20, 60 and 20 pixel, and everything looks very nice. Alright, so we have completed our blog archive page or the blog page. Now let's update and let's go back to the dashboard. So basically we are done with the whole blog thing. And if you remember, in our home page, we have left the blog section, and I told you I will do that later after making the blog page. Now looks like it's the time. So let's just go to the home page. And if I scroll down, if you see here, now we are having all the blog posts in our blog section inside the home page. So we can say now our home page is complete. And now I'm gonna be showing you how you can create a logo by using a free online tool. I'm gonna show you how you can add your favicon on your WordPress site. And if you don't know what is favicon, favicon is an icon which represents a website on a browser tab. For example, this one, this is JFD website. On this browser tab, they have this page title, and before that, they have the little icon. This is the favicon. And most of the professional websites have their favicon on their site. For example, google.com. Here you can see the little G icon, which represents the Google. So we want our website to be fully professional, so we're gonna use a favicon for this. So now let's go and make our logo first. So on the Google, I'm gonna search logo maker and click on the first link. Check the spelling. This is logo, M-A-K-R. Then from here, directly click on this start my design. You don't have to be logged in or signed up, and click on this blank canvas. Then from here you can click on this create a new design, and this is the logo maker's canvas where you make logos, design stuff and everything. So first of all, for our logo we need a text. So click on this T icon to add a text, and here I'm gonna type DentalX. And let's click on this designer pics, and from here let's choose the bold. Then from here you can choose any font family for your logo text. So here, then from here I'm gonna select this railway bold, and it will be like this. Then I'm gonna click on this styles, Then from here, I'm gonna click on this fill to add a color to this text. So I'm gonna make it fully black. And then we can use this drag size to make the text box fitted like this. Alright. Now I want to add a graphics before this text. So you can click on this. It says search over 3 million graphics. And here I'm gonna search tooth. From here you can select any of them. For now I'm just gonna select this one. And you can drag this like this, and I'm just gonna make it smaller. Then I'm gonna move it and place with the text. But you can just play with any graphics or any text style or sizes. And once you're done, click on this save. Then if you want to download the logo, you can just click on this download low resolution PNG file. So it will be free to download. And here you have to put your email address and accept this, and click on this send file to email. And they're just gonna email you with the logo file. And we have received their email with the logo. So in here, I'm just gonna click on this download free file. And our logo is downloaded. Alright, now I'm gonna show you how you can show that logo on our header. So first of all, let's go back to the dashboard. Then I'm gonna go to the Elements Kits header and footer. And then let's open the header. And from here, let's click on this logo. And we can choose any image for this logo. So let's click on the choose image. Now here we just have to upload the file we have just downloaded. And then let's select this image. And here we can see the logo we have just created. Cool. Now let's go back, and now I'm gonna show you how you can add your favicon. So first of all, from the dashboard, I'm gonna go to Appearance and in the Customize. And here click on this site identity, then click on this select site icon. And inside your images folder in the resource file, you will find this image. Just drag and drop this here and select this image. Now click on this skip cropping because this image is the perfect sized. Now let's click on this crop image. And already you can see on this tab, we can see our favicon, which is looking really nice. Now let's click on this publish to save the changes. Now let's go back. Alright, so we have completed our amazing medical and dentist website design. Now go ahead and create your own professional medical and dentist website. I wish you all the best. I just have one request. Please comment down this video about the learning experience from this video. Also, please share this video on social media. It would mean world to me. I'll see you in the next video. For now, bye bye.